Well, happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Sorry, I'm going to put my, what the hell? Oh, this is obnoxious. Hold on. Why am I like in a tiny block over here? What is happening? Please hold while the next subscriber you're trying to reach is located. Okay, so I also decided, and this is why it took me a little longer today, I was working on a couple bumpers. Sorry, let me fix this. Boop. I was working on a couple bumpers that we needed, okay? We needed bumpers, all right? And so I took it upon myself to make said bumpers for the show. And I needed to be able to and at first it wasn't even coming out in English. Like, I don't know what the is going on with the way using AI is difficult, but it can be very helpful when you want something very, very, very specific. Okay. And obviously I wanted something very, very, very specific. So AI was kind of being a pain in the ass, and it was not giving me what I wanted in the way that I wanted it. So it took me a bunch of extra time, and I had 2 phone calls. And there was some important things happening sort of that I was trying to accomplish people with. But I have successfully at least made my 5-second bumper for the turtle tanties. Enjoy my bumper for the turtle tanties, okay? I'll play that again for you guys. We have made a bumper for the turtle tanties. We also made a bumper for the Twitter tails. Long time no talk, Benny. That is our turtle tanty bumper. And I have made one, yes, turtle tanty bumper. I have made one for our Twitter tails, although that one actually has audio, and it's kind of pissing me off that the other ones didn't give me the audio I wanted. But we'll work on it. We're working on it. It's a learning curve. All right, but this one's pretty good for our Twitter tails.
Tea alert. Grab the tea because Twitter is melting down again.
Except, as you can see, it says exploded and not exposed because it's not using English, and I don't know what the fuck it's doing. But either way, we'll fix it at some point, all right? We'll fix it at some point. Long time no talk, bud. So at least we have our bumpers, okay? We have our bumpers. It's not, it's not ideal that it's using, I don't know what language. It's set to English, by the way. So I have not been able to figure out exactly why it does that when it's already set to English. Turtle tantrum syndrome. Oh my God. Yeah, you know what? That is definitely something we should be using, especially on Twitter. Like, he likes to do like, oh, you just have TB, turtle boy derangement syndrome. Like, no. You have TTS. You have, turtle boy tanty syndrome with your tanties. For your tanties there, bud. The turtle tanties. They look at something like this. I can't. I fucking can't. All right, I cannot. So we actually do have some Twitter tales, some quite interesting Twitter tales. Let's see. Hold on. Let me back out of this thing. I will figure out why the fuck it's not working in English. I want it to. The prompt is in English. The entire thing is in English. Not understanding quite why. All it has to do is get rid of the L. Like, why does it say explosed? I don't fucking know. Turtle tit syndrome. But I will figure it out at some point and can try to figure out why exactly it's done that. It did it twice to me too, so I was like, this is bullshit. But yeah, I'll figure it out. When you're paying for something, you want it to work. You want it to fucking work. But nonetheless, we have some Hello. You are on time. Yay, Rose. I love it. Oh, shit. You just reminded me to text Jessie. I totally forgot yesterday, and that's my fault because I'm not in the habit of doing it because her, phone wasn't working for a few days there. And so you just reminded me. Like, that's my fault. This is what happens is I start working on something before the stream, and then I completely space cadet out when I'm working on something because then I'm trying to rush to get here, and I forget to do things like, I don't know, text my mod, right? Like, it's not on purpose, dude. My brain is fried. But you just reminded me, Rose, when I saw you pop in, I saw your little thing, and it just reminded me to text Jessie. Like, she has her backpack. It wasn't the backpack, it was the lunchbox. But I don't know, she's at school right now, so we'll see if somebody returned it. But nonetheless, she's got a new one coming because you guys are amazing, of course. Her telling that story was just, she's too funny. She is too freaking funny. Yes, I just texted her. Thanks for reminding me, like, just by being here. That literally clicked my brain to go, oh, text Jessie. Like, I kid you not. Like, I would lose my head if it wasn't attached. And any of you that have brain fog would know what I mean. Like, it's not on purpose, dude. Your brain is, like, so overloaded that, like, just the most mundane things that you should remember to do, you just don't. You just don't. You know what I mean? And that's part of, like, long haul COVID. If anybody has that, then you know what I fucking mean. Because it's not just the brain fog either. It's like, you should remember, like, this easy thing. You know what I mean? But it's not with the brain fog, it's not easy. It's just not easy. It's not one of those things you could remember. Yeah, it is. Mine is too. It's been that way for like a week now. And I'm like, what is the fucking problem? You allergies suck. I have those too. But because of you amazing people, at least my little will get a new lunchbox, at least will come from Amazon today. So, because you guys are awesome. And so at least she'll have a new one, even if they don't find her other one from whatever kid took it out of her backpack. But do you know that I had to negotiate with said small terrorist last night of my child? Because that small terrorist was like, well, mommy, you put the lunchbox on your wish list. Why can't you just put the butter squishy and the Nito and the dumpling? I was like, she's trying to negotiate with me right now. Like, she's trying to negotiate with me. And I'm like, oh, God damn it. It's chat's fault. Chat, it's your fault, chat. It's your fault, chat. But you're telling me to put the lunchbox on the wish list. Now she has thoughts. Now she has ideas. A little child's got big ideas about what should go on the wish list for her, okay? So I relented so she would go to bed. And I put the stupid butter squishy and the dumpling and the stupid ice Nito on the stupid wish list because she was giving me such a hard time about going to bed. And I was like, you know what? Go to bed, and I'll put them on there and go to bed. But she literally tried to negotiate with me for like over an hour. I'm like, is this real life right now? Like, poor Jabril. Also, I had an idea. I've talked to a few people already, including one, dude, she's beyond smart. See, that's the one thing that my daughters they're very intelligent, very smart for their ages. And I mean, if I had a penny for every time somebody was like, oh, your kid's fucking intelligent. Like, yes, I know. My husband actually brought her to a birthday party on his day off this weekend. And several people, he had to come back to tell me the story, walked up and were like, your kid is super smart and intelligent. She's pretty big words for a small kid. And he's like, yeah, she doesn't get that from me. She gets that from my wife. She's been smarter than me since like day one. Like, that's what it is. Like, she didn't get it from me. She got it from my wife. Did not get it from me. He's like totally okay with being like, yep, nope, didn't get it from me. She totally did not get that from me. But yes, she she is pretty intelligent. All of my girls are, and all in their own like way, Like, my middle loves tech, my oldest loves animals, and my little she's just a diva. You know what I mean? Right? It's right. I don't think she's that good at negotiations, but I don't think she could end the Iran war. But she's I mean, I'm telling you, she's pretty freaking smart, that kid. She knew how to negotiate to get those squishies on the list. All right, she knew how to get those. You know what I mean? I'm telling you. Yep, the husband. Yeah, I swear to God, he was like, I had to tell them, like, she doesn't get that from me. She gets that from her mama. She gets that from her mama, not me. Oh, you're right. Benny's met her, right? Knows her, so she kind of is like a little me, just smarter. I like smarter as a kid. You know, I'm pretty smart, but oh God, as a kid, I was not that savvy as a kid at that age. You know, it took a little bit, but as a kid of her age, she is very intelligent. So I actually talked to Benny today on the phone, of course, and I talked to Ashley, and there's a few other people I'm going to talk to, but this is what we decided. We decided that since Aiden wants to have his, I think it's supposed to be 12 hours, right, you guys? Is it a 12-hour fundraiser? I think that's what he said it was, right? So this is my idea. My idea is we have our own at the same time as his, with some of his victims on, people who want to speak, you know, and we do a 50-50 with our fundraiser. We give 50% to, I don't know, any charity of our choice. I feel like domestic violence would probably be the best, best one to choose, because we're dealing with a narcissistic man who uses Darvo. So I feel like that would be a good sort of purpose, right? Give 50% of whatever we raise on the stream to a domestic violence charity that we can agree on of some sort, right? Or one that maybe one of you guys knows of that's like, or one of the victims knows of that is like, can do some good, right? But I feel like, why the fuck shouldn't we, right? This is what he does, right? Why shouldn't we just do the same thing and have a fundraiser when he's having a fundraiser, except do some good with it, right? Like, we'll do a 50-50, and we will give 50% of whatever we make during the stream to a domestic violence organization. Because, Rain, I've heard of that one, but I've never really actually, looked in on it. A lot of the domestic violence work I do as an advocate, I do on my own, because every time you call for some of the shelters and beds, what they'll say is, we have no beds, call back tomorrow. The problem with that is domestic violence victims don't have tomorrow. They need help right then and there. They cannot risk calling another domestic violence shelter the next day because the abuser is going to know something's wrong. When they're ready to leave, it's important that they leave right then and there. Not a day later, not a week later, but right then and there. And so anybody that I've helped with domestic violence like that, I will just take them to my house, honestly. And it's because they don't it's risky to keep calling a shelter to get a bed every single day while you're still living with the abuser. You know what I mean? So, well, there's a lot of domestic violence shelters, or we could split it up between a couple different ones. We could do that too. I guess depending on what was raised, right? And again, a 50-50. So 50% of whatever we would make on that stream for however long we go for, we could split it up between a couple domestic violence ones. I feel like it's a good idea. I talked to Benny. I talked to another victim of Aiden's. There's a couple people that want to come on during the fundraiser and speak. And if he can have a fundraiser on Saturday, why the fuck can't we have like a counter fundraiser on Saturday and do a 50-50? Why not? Why the fuck not? I don't think he's going to give 50% of anything he raises towards anything. So, I mean, we could do a little good and tell him to fuck himself. Kind of like the turtle tanties that he has.
Can you please not go back? Can you please not go back?
I know, bud, but you're gonna have to go back. You're just gonna have to go back. I am planning on trying to add that audio to our turtle tanty bumper. By the way, I want to point out that all that chaos in the background of the turtle and where he is after the turtle has thrown an actual tanty at his own house, by the way. These are turtle tanties that he has at his own house. not Meredith's house. These are his own turtle tanties that he has at home. And so he just, he tanties out all over the house. And that's why it looks like that behind him. That turtle throws lots of tanties. I'm gonna. Is it Sunday or Saturday? You said Saturday at first. So if it's Sunday, we could certainly move it to Sunday. Okay, so I saw one person say one thing this morning that he said something about you, and that was one of the things, obviously, I was going to address. Like, if I don't know what it, like, dude, it's been fucking how many years at this point, and he cannot stop. He can't stop himself from talking about Leah. She has moved hundreds of miles away, started her own business, gotten engaged, and moved on with life. And he's still, I mean, see what you're doing. Be angry at me. I'm so scary. Leah Genjusto. Kate Peter. Twisted Tragedy. Like, come the fuck on. Like, dude, he makes up so much shit, bro. 25 years? Like, yeah, that's not a thing. That's not a fucking thing. He added an extra 9 years, Leah. I mean, you mean he's not accurate? You mean he doesn't tell the truth? No. Wait, can this parody skit be ready for the same day he does his fundraiser and we do ours? Is this possible? Is this possible? Is it possible for this skit to be ready by then? I think it would be the perfect day to unveil it. So that's the other thing. I have not found any organizations that deal with online bullying that isn't tailored more towards children, right? And damn it. It's like that little kid. Damn it. That's okay. Pre-recorded ones are still awesome. We can still play it after you make it, Right? Hello, darling. Hello. But if you guys know of one, I would love to hear of it, because the only ones that I have found are geared towards like high schoolers and middle schoolers dealing with bullying online, not geared towards adults. So my Shield project is more tailored, obviously, to adults that are having to deal with online torture from people like him. As you guys know, as the unveiling of the Shield project happened 2 weeks ago. So, Feral Leprechaun, I fucking love you. But I know exactly what you mean. I would love to do that. So at least the plan is to do, for now, the rough outline of the plan is to do a fundraiser on the same day he does his stupid fundraiser, and do a 50-50 and take 50% of whatever the channel makes that day and donate it. We can split it up between multiple places if we want. We can do a poll. We can give it to one place. But I think focusing on either what the Shield Project stands for and domestic violence, dealing with people who are narcissistic and use Darbo techniques, or splitting it between the two would be a great idea. He is a child, a giant child. All right. Let me bring us. Oh, hold on. My God. I just went to go close another window on my I'll show you guys. To go close another window. I have like 100 windows open on my screen right now. And so when I close one window, this is the window that popped up. As I was just telling you guys, the small terrorist of mine, my mini negotiating terrorist. Damn it. I love that little terrorist. But she is too smart for her own goods. But she literally, this is the remnants of last night of her negotiations of the butter squishy and the Nito and the dumpling squishy. It's hilarious. Just go to bed. I'll put them on there. Just go to bed. Just go to fucking bed. Well, see, I already do stuff like that though, Corn Dead, with my own time and my own funds. A lot of that stuff like that happens sort of quietly. I just use my own time to do that. You know what I mean? I use my own time to do that. Dude, that video truck idea though that I came up with yesterday was definitely a good one. I know that they play like pictures, but I'm not necessarily sure if it's an actual video. Right? I bought your nose. I mean, I really didn't have the funds, but I was like, I'm buying the fucking dick nose. So to be fair, I bought the dick nose. All right. So although I did not, and I apologize for this, but I did not get a banana hammock for the dick nose. Didn't get a banana hammock for the dick nose. Although that would be fucking, just put some dental floss on it. This is the banana hammock for the dick nose. Just put that on there. You're totally welcome. You know? I mean, it is a good idea, but for what I'm trying to do, the problem is that there is no support for adults, and that's the problem, right? So if I go and I give the 50% or even 25 of the 50% to an organization that only deals with like teens, like, okay, that's great and all, and it's a great project, but there are a lot of organizations out there like that, right? It's not a 501c yet. It's a goal, right? It's definitely a goal. But the Shield project right now is really about just getting people together to be able to do some of these things, you know, in whether we group them by states or territories to get people to write to their representatives, you know, anybody who knows how to do advocacy work, as I've known for a really long time. So I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, he does come for me, but I think a lot of that sort of hinges on the fact that he has nothing I don't give him any power, right? Like he can say whatever the fuck he wants and I just laugh at him because he's a clown. And I don't have fear, right? I'm not afraid of him. And so that's not fun to him, right? It's not fun to him to do it when it's, you know, not really going to garner the reaction that you want from the person. But make no mistake, even though it might not be all the time publicly, he does a lot privately to like threaten people not to support the channel. I kid you fucking not. Like that's how far he goes. That's how far he goes. I know. Listen, I know. He's going to be so mad. He's going to blow his fucking top. He's going to actually blow his top. But I would really like to target it, if I could, to adults, because there just simply isn't that kind of help for adults that have gone through this and been digitally fucking tortured, right? Like there just isn't. And so the Shield project is important for getting people together to try to, you know, work with their representatives from each state. I mean, I'm already doing it here in Mass, but it's going to take more than just changing the law here in Massachusetts to stop this, because this is happening all over the country, right? We want to change this everywhere so that someone like him does not have the capacity to just hurt whoever they want given the state they live in, right? Oh my God. That's a good idea. I like this idea. A guest from an organization that we donate to. I like that idea. I think if we pick one, we could definitely ask for a guest to receive it. That'd be a good idea. Writing this down. This is a good idea. I like this. I like this. I like this idea. I think that would be a great idea. Have the person from an organization that we donate to come on and talk to people about, you know, what it is that they do and how they help. I love that idea. I freaking love it. But make no mistake, he does a lot of things privately, you know, and not always publicly. So even though he doesn't come for me every day, like, make no mistake, like, he's a stage 5 clinger, and privately he's texting people about something I said on almost every single stream every single day. You know, he seems to forget that the people that are closest to him aren't always there because they want to be. Some of them feel like hostages, that they have to be and they can't back away slowly because, I mean, example, gentlemen, right? Example of what happened there. Oh, the puppies. I thought about the dogs too, Leah. I literally thought about the dogs too. And then I was like, but does it, that's why I said we could also split it up. You know what I mean? Like split it up multiple different ways for multiple different things. Because as long as it's a good, like, doing something good, I don't, you know, necessarily, I'm not, you know, against any one idea, right? I think it sucks that there is no funding for people who are dealing with lack of, employment or losing money because of someone like Aiden, right, dealing with their everyday needs. And so, yeah, ultimately, the Shield Project, me and Ashley were just talking about this on the phone. The ultimate goal would be to make it a nonprofit that helps people in those scenarios, and that's the other thing. Like, not only am I unbothered, but he has, I wouldn't even say debated me on Spaces, because at that point, like, he just will refuse to talk to me because I refuse to let him just gaslight. And so when he answers a question with a question, I'm like, bro, stop gaslighting and answer the fucking question without asking another question, right? Because he can't do that. And then when he really gets, caught in a lie, he won't answer the question. He'll pretend he doesn't understand the question, or he'll pretend he didn't hear you. Huh? What? I can't hear you. Like, he'll play those games because he needs a second to think about an answer, because he can't give you the truth. You know what I mean? I'll be covering it from here. I will not be going there. I'll be covering it from here from home. Although down the line for his trial, that might change to a different story of actually being there in person. We got some plans for that. What? Oh, the poor baby. Oh. Listen, I am not opposed to donating for some of the animals. My daughter obviously has service dogs, and I know how much that can cost. And I do want to point out that the work that Leah does, herself, 100% by herself, is oftentimes she will train and then donate that service animal to a vet or an abuse victim in need of a service animal, and does amazing work. And so I am definitely not opposed to donating for your pups and or any other organizations like that. Like I said, we could also split it up between multiple organizations. I think definitely getting the input from you guys was important to me on what we should do. I do think having a guest on from some of or all of the organizations that we donate to is a fantastic idea. That way they can talk about each organization and why it's important and so on and so forth. I think that's an amazing idea. I told you guys, like, when I leave this earth, that little dash in between the dates when you die, that little dash in my life means something. And that little dash represents, the things that I chose to do in my life. And I can only hope that dash, when I die, is all the good things that I put back into the universe, right? All the good karma that I put back into the universe, and that I hope, that I can only hope inspires other people to do the same, to do the same. Well, that's the other thing, right? There are definitely victims of his that need, and this is why the goal ultimately is to get the Shield Project into nonprofit status, but that costs money, a lot of it, and a lot of red tape. So that's going to take a long time. But, ultimately, the ultimate goal at the end of there's never going to be an end, but like the end of all this is to make sure that there are funding for legal fees, everyday life expenses, for the people that have to deal with online mobbing, right? Essentially a harassment from people like Aiden, who are just allowed to terrorize their lives. And to be fair, I think the federal government takes some accountability in this, because they do have federal cyber stalking laws that they have chosen thus far to really not use that much. And states have them too that they've chosen to just not use. I know, right, Rose? Answer the question first, right? And then we address your fucking question. Like, I don't think he knows how to do that. So we are going to move over a little bit to some of these MSPCA Boston. Yeah, they do a lot of good work over there, and they actually get private funding to help lower income families. Say your dog needs a surgery because they ate a sock and you can't afford it. They will get private funding for you and help out. And you will actually be able to save your animal instead of having to put your animal down because you can't afford the thousands of dollar legal bill for them to get the sock. Believe me, been there, done that. My daughter's German Shepherd, Howie, loved to try to eat socks. I definitely can do that, but I feel like I would rather like try to use the money that I make to do that, on my own, than do it that way. You know what I mean? I don't know. It just feels like, I don't know. Again, it's a 50-50. So like I could just use the other 50% of whatever comes in for those. You know what I mean? Like that just that doesn't feel right to me to use it for that. I feel like I could just use extra that I make myself for that. So I mean, I'm again not opposed to having anyone on, but you have to remember that some of those people still have, I don't know, turtle riders or some turtle riders that watch them, and I don't want to put them in a position to get pushback because they bothered to hop on a stream. Now, again, like they're more than every one of those people are more than welcome. I am friendly with all of them. But you have to remember that it's not always in their best interest or their channel's best interest. Because remember, I'm an anti, guys. Okay? I'm an anti. That's bad. I'm the devil. Okay? I'm the fucking devil. I'm the goddamn devil. so, you know, you have to think about whether it's, you know, I would have all of them on happily. Every last one of them would happily have them on. I would love that. Please hold. Please hold. Interesting. Hold on, guys. So, you guys are going to love this. You guys are going to love this. Listen, I know it's okay, right? Like, because listen, I have a very big mixed audience, right? And a lot of you that watch them, watch me. Like, we have a pretty good crossover of people. You guys know the okay. So wait, let me do the bumper because this is important. All right, Twitter. I feel like the tea's never ending sometimes. Yeah. I mean, I will, but I want you guys' input. You know, like it's important to me. Well, it's I don't give a shit. See, for me, I don't give a shit. I could give a fuck less. Like none of what anyone else has to say about me having any of those people on would phase me in the least bit. Because unless you've talked to them personally and you know them personally, like I don't fucking care. You know what I mean? Like I have spoken to these people personally, have friendships with some of them. Like I don't give a fuck what anyone else thinks. You know what I mean? Like I treat people accordingly, right? I treat them the way they treat me, hands down. Like that's it. I don't even think there is a anti and a free Karen Read anymore. And to be honest, most free Karen Read people that I'm friendly with at least are like, I don't even want to hear FKR anymore because Aiden has tainted it to the point where it feels ugly and it sounds gross. You know what I mean? Like that is how most people feel about it. So like, let me be clear when I say I don't give a fuck about that. I could give a fuck less. I'm not thinking I don't give a fuck. I give zero fucks about that. I was more thinking about that. You know what I mean? Like I would happy to have all of them on. All of them happy to do it. You know what I mean? I agree with you. You know? I agree with you. I mean, even the civil matter, especially when we're dealing with like defamation for Aiden, like even if you're free Karen Read, a lot of people have admitted like you cannot. I mean, legally think about it, right? If some guy, right? If some random guy on YouTube decided that your say for instance your son was murdered, right? Your child, your son or your daughter were murdered, and then someone like Aiden comes along and you're like, well, I think the parent did it. Parent is never charged, right? They're never arrested. They're not, you know, going to court for anything. But he wants to keep saying that you're 100% factually the murderer, that you participated in a murder. Now, there's no evidence to prove that. There's no charges. You're not a defendant. You've not been arrested. You cannot go around saying factually someone's a murderer. You can give your opinion that you think they murdered it. They murdered someone. Someone. You can give the opinion, I think that person's guilty. I think that they murdered. But Aiden went further than that guy. He went further, way further than that, guys. He said, this is a fact. This is 100% fact. They did it for sure. 100% they are murderers. And then he went even further. And he took bullhorns. And he went by their homes. And he stopped at their businesses. And he went to their children's sporting events. Okay? He went way over the fucking line. And no matter who you are, if you would ever be okay with that happening to you, you'd be lying, right? No one on planet Earth's going to say they'd be okay. You know? I sent it to your facility because it didn't pop up your wish list address, so I just sent it to the facility. For some reason, it was like didn't automatically pop up the wish list address, so I just sent it to the facility where I usually send the gifts when I send it. That's where I sent it. That's where I sent it. That's where I freaking sent it. I just like, okay, this is what we're doing. So don't you worry. Believe me, I made sure it wasn't going to send to me. Oh yeah, you got to put an address in there, lady. Or it will send to me. So yeah, my little address thing popped up. And I always double check because that has happened before where you try to go order something for someone's wish list, like in the scenario where I just did on hers, and it'll send it to yourself if you don't make sure that it's going to the wish list address and not to you. So, I mean, you're not the only one, you know, you're not the only one. You're not the only one, you know? Okay, so this is a good tidbit. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My friend is making me laugh, but also comes with a tidbit of news I'm going to give you. Hold on. Okay. I don't know what you mean. What do you mean? More skeptical about the court finding. So just think of it this way, right? If someone else did that to you, you have to remember this. If someone else did that to you, would you have the right to sue them for defamation? Of course you would, right? Of course you would. You have freedom of speech to a limit. You can give your opinion on something, but you cannot say something is 100% factual when it is not. You cannot do that. That is defamation, right? That is literally defamation. You cannot do that. Now, if you would be okay with all of that happening to you, you'd be lying. No one on planet Earth is okay with something like that happening to them, right? Like your livelihood and your lives being harassed into oblivion because some lunatic said so. Hello, Magic. So like they have a great case for defamation. No matter how much Aiden bitches and whines and cries and screams that they don't, they do. Like the reality is, if any lawyer is being honest with you, they have a good case, right? That's the God's honest truth. Like that's, you know, I mean, yeah, you have to look, if you're not looking at it from both sides and you're not being objective, right? You have to look at what could and what couldn't, right? Like, could he claim First Amendment on some things, but not the specific things he's being sued for, right? He can't claim it's not defamation to say it's 100% factual that someone's a murderer, right? That is defamation, right? And because his dumb ass, in his own words, on his own show, was like, well, my intent is to do X, Y, and Z. Like he tells the world his intent, which proves defamation. Again, he's not very smart. Okay, so you have to, I mean, none of us have any skin in the game, right? Like we're not, getting money from it or, one way or another, but you got to look at it from both sides. Like, yes, you have a right to an opinion, but you do not have a right to, interfere in people's livelihood and, you know, go to their jobs and harass their children's sporting events, and that, you know what I mean? Like, and use dog whistles to incite other people to do the same. Okay. Oh, absolutely. To be fair, I don't know who the fuck listens to Betero at this point. Like, I really, really don't, because at this point, the dude's just spewing nonsensical bullshit while telling everybody else that Twitter's not real life. You know, Twitter's not real life. Just we have props, people. Props for the. You can't buy the dick nose though. I already bought the dick nose on her wish list, so you cannot buy the dick nose. So sorry, sorry. You can't buy the dick nose. I already bought the dick nose. It was all I could afford on the list. Me big broke right now. Me just paid bills. So, isn't it? But you can't buy the dick nose because I already bought the dick nose. I mean, it's always appropriate for me specifically to get the dick nose. Come on. Would that not be appropriate? You know? Come on, man. Totally appropriate. Okay, good. Now for the tidbit. Twitter tales. We got Twitter tales. Again, I apologize for the fact that it says exposed and not exposed. We're going to work on fixing that. I didn't get to fix it before we went live. So I got to figure out why it's like not doing it in English when it's set to English. I don't know why it's not cooperating, but I'll figure it out after. But for now, this is the bumper we got. All right.
Tea alert. Grab the tea because Twitter is melting down again.
All right. It also needs receipts to be fixed. I don't know why the keep not. It's set to English. What the fuck? All right. Yeah, I mean, I've always had issues with that. Why the fuck would you attack a murder victim's family in any capacity? I don't give a fuck if you like Peggy or Paul. They lost a loved one, and they're nice people. Like, never met them, you don't know them, but you shit on them? Make it make sense, dude. Who the fuck thinks it's appropriate to shit on a murder victim's family? Said no one ever. Said no one fucking ever. You know? Oh my God, the penis hurt. Yes! 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 Well, that's the other thing, is the court of public opinion is not a real courtroom, right? You got to argue it out in the courtroom. That's the whole point, you know? Well, that's the thing, right? That's exactly what it's going to boil down to. What was their life like before that and now after? And there's a big difference. And yeah, Betero's a fucking idiot. I mean, again, he's simping for his idiotic client that uses fake accounts to troll him. I mean, come the fuck on with it, you know? Appreciate that, Ruthie. Absolutely. All right. Now, before I give you the Twitter tea, do me a favor and smash the like button. I'd appreciate that. I would appreciate. Oh, hold on. I'm getting something else. Hold on. Holy shiitake. It's been a long day of this. All right. All right. I get two things. Two things. Okay. All right. So, yeah, that's he's definitely cooked, especially because the Alex Jones trial is the exact lawyer that the witnesses are using to sue him. So here we go over to some Twitter tales. Now, before I hold on. That's the first thing that pops up. Jen's cat. Isn't that so cute? Look at the kitty. Look at that kitty. Told me no when I asked him if he wanted to come in. My cat literally says no, I kid you not. I was like, come here, Dora, yesterday. And she was like, oh, she literally told me no. She was like, nah, not doing that, bro. Like, oh, ma'am, sorry. Sorry. All right, so first Twitter tale. Y'all know the lady called #Amy? You know, the lawyer from Florida that's tried to practice in every state imaginable. You know, she sent cease and desist, one of which to Jen Altman and to multiple other people in the state of Massachusetts. And she doesn't practice and is not licensed in Massachusetts. And then she claims that she, you know, is representing Ray from Dallas. Except the problem with that is Ray from Dallas lives in Texas and she's in Florida. She's not licensed in Texas. Therefore, you cannot represent somebody in another state unless you're Pro Hop BJ, which she is not. Another lawyer in that state to practice for that client. So You guys know that lady? Yeah, you know who I'm talking about? She goes by hashtag Amy, you know. Oftentimes it's a little, having a couple little drinky drinks and pops on a stream or a spaces, says a lot of wild ass shit. And lately is just a really big turtle boy simp. And Ray from Dallas simp. Okay. So yeah, you probably don't want to know her, but nonetheless, this is I have her blocked because I'm gonna think. I don't know if this is her fake account or her new one. Did she have to make a new one? I don't know. Nonetheless, so here's the thing. Maybe this is her account. I don't fucking know. She just never posts anything. No, this can't be it. This can't be it. So, okay, so here's the thing. Hashtag Amy, aka the lady who, quote, represents Ray but can't represent Ray. Yeah, she sent letters to JFK, James, Jabril, Jen Altman. She sent these, you know, cease and desists. And Meredith, she's not licensed in Mass, not licensed in Texas, Georgia, where JFK is. So, like, what in the actual fuck are you doing sending out letters to all these different states that you don't practice, right? It's only, in my opinion, going to be a matter of time before the bar pulls her license completely. But she was working for a firm, right, when she started all this shit. She was already working for a firm. Well, I can now tell you that with 100% certainty, she was let go. She has not worked for that firm since April 7th. Since April freaking 7th, okay? Probably because she was using her company letterhead to send these letters out to people that they might as well wipe their asses with, because they mean nothing, okay? Because they mean literally nothing. And again, all over Twitter, you know, simping for Ray. I represent Ray. Like, lady, you need to take several seats and probably in a facility, if we're being honest, okay? No, you cannot practice in, okay, when you're an attorney, you have to take the bar in that state to be licensed there, or you can be admitted under another attorney's license if you're out of state, okay? She's doing neither of those things, right? So her job has let her go. As of April 7th, she no longer works for that firm. Now, why is she out here still acting like she does? Someone, anyone? Someone, anyone. I will tell you the firm is not happy. Several anonymous sources this morning have sent me the proof that they are not happy with dear Amy's bullshit, right? And they are going to make a statement, I believe, on how they do not represent Ray from Dallas. The fact that they have to do that is fucking sad, right? The fact that they have to do that because this lady decided to take it on herself to just pretend to practice in multiple states she's not licensed in goes to show you the level of intelligence and insanity we're dealing with when you're dealing with the turtle people, right? We have a lawyer, aka hashtag Amy, out there acting a fucking fool. It's only a matter of time, really, before the bar pulls her license. They can't have a lawyer that's pretending to practice all over the country. That's not how it works. And she knows that's not how it works. So I don't know what would possess her, you know, on planet Earth to act like she can do that. I don't know. It's a good point. And I mean, yeah, I mean, there's nothing to really talk about when it comes to him. You know what I mean? Other than, like, he sucks. I mean, nothing really to talk about other than he sucks. And you have to remember, Aiden backed him 100%, right? So, I mean, Aiden, you support childhood abuse? Is that what you're saying, sir? I mean, yesterday he tried to call the witnesses' fundraising event a white supremacist event. That's, no, what was it? A white supremacist rally. That's what he tried to call it. What, bro? Just saying such nonsensical shit, knowing it's not true. Like, how do you pretend to even be a journalist at this point? I don't get it. How do you pretend to be a fucking journalist at this point? I'm not understanding. I am not understanding. You cannot call a fundraising event a white supremacy event just because you don't like the people running it or the people going to it. I mean, that's fucking wild. And I think really what hurts his fifis the most is Jen Altman was planning on going, and he saw that on social media and lost his ever-living fucking mind. And again, he had a turtle tanty. You know, he had a turtle tanty, and so he tantied out. See the tanty? All the damage he did in the background? That's a big tanty he had there. I mean, look at all the papers that turtle just threw everywhere in his turtle tanty. It's a lot of tanty right there, all right? So, you know, he threw a tanty. He had a tanty, and he was not happy about their fundraising event on Juneteenth. And because it happens to be on Juneteenth, right? He called them racist. He said it's a white supremacy event because it's on Juneteenth. First of all, it's 7 to 11 at night, sir. Okay, Juneteenth is basically fucking over. Also, I was not aware that you need to stop your everyday activities because Turtle had a tanty. Just wondering. Like, just asking for a friend here. Why exactly we all need to stop our everyday activities on Juneteenth because the turtle had a tanty over it? I'm not anyone. Bueller, like, I don't get it. I don't find it interesting. Anybody who would support not being harassed would probably go, you know? I mean, no one deserves the level of psychotic that he brings. I mean, it just goes to show you, again, calling it a white supremacy rally when he knows damn well that that's not true. There's people of all shapes, sizes, and colors going, right? Just because he doesn't like the people involved and they're suing him. Just goes to show you that there's nothing journalistic about him. He gets mad. He wants revenge. And he has a turtle tanty. Okay. That's what happens. That's what happens. He gets evil villain and, has a tanty. That's literally it, right? It's that narcissistic nonsense, you know? I appreciate you, Quit. I appreciate you. I mean, I'm not even trying to be persuasive. That's the thing. I'm not trying to change anybody's opinion one way or another. I'm just saying you have to think about it from both sides. If that was done to your family under that context, would you be allowed to sue for defamation? Yes. The answer is yes. And would you prevail? Most likely, yes. Most likely, yes. He does need a shoe. He does. He needs one shoe. I bet Aiden's still tantying out because he can't find his shoe. Right? So, I mean, this is the level of psychotic we're fucking dealing with, dude. Right? Is if you have people like Crazy Boozy Susie, right? Who just says wild shit for Aiden. I will tell you that in Aiden's private messages, he makes fun of Boozy Susie so fucking much it's ridiculous. Okay? He tells people, anyone who will listen, oh, she's just crazy, ignore her. Like, and I don't disagree with him on that, but like, this is his support system. People who donate money to him and endlessly argue with people for him, even when he's in the wrong. And later on it comes out and they look like fucking idiots, right? Why incessantly defend someone who doesn't give 5 fucks about you and makes fun of you behind your back? And I can tell you that 99.9% of the people who donate to him, he makes fun of behind their back privately. He talks about how stupid they are, how they'll believe anything he'll say, so it doesn't matter what he says. They'll just believe him, and they'll keep sending him money, and he'll keep taking it, and he'll laugh. That's gross, dude. I have never heard something so disgusting in my life. And I mean, to be fair, I saw a lot of these messages early on, but they just keep happening, right? Throughout time. And I tried to warn people, but because I was an anti, right? And he said, I bad, then that means I evil, right? I evil. And so therefore, I couldn't possibly be right? Just everyone lies, but Aiden. Everyone lies, but everybody is a fucking liar except him. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Someone clipped him saying BB is hot. Oh, God. I'm just saying, like, the level of delusion. Yeah, I mean, it's not even allegedly. That happened multiple times. Brandy got charged 5 times. Boston Brandy got charged 5 times. And that wasn't the first or last time. That had been happening years prior, right? So, oh, my God, that's fucking hilarious. Listen, girl, you don't got to tell me. I just had to get Riley new shoes because she has had her shoes since school started, and she completely destroyed them at the birthday party because it was raining over the weekend. And so we had to get her new shoes. And it's fucking expensive. It's expensive. It's expensive. Okay. Well, that's the other thing is it's like, listen, you want to be a part of something. I understand, right? Of wanting to feel like you're doing something good and be part of a community, but be part of a community that's actually doing good, right? Be part of a community that you can feel that the good is there. Don't be part of a community if you feel like you can't walk away without being harassed. That's a red flag, right? Red flag number one, that you can't have any sort of deep conversation or opposite conversation with that person, or they're going to Looney Tunes out on you, right? Red flag number two. If your idea of a community is simply hurting people because he said they're bad and he never takes accountability for anything, then probably not in a community, you're probably in a cult, right? Trolls are rampant, but I honestly do believe that most people are good. Most people want to do good. Most people want to be a decent human. And I think a lot of shit is fear. I've seen fear control a lot of these people. And what happens is after they make it out of the cult, right? Hold on. After they make it out of the cult, then they come to me and they go, yeah, this is bad. This is fucking bad. It's just sad. The whole thing is sad. It's fucking sad. I don't know how to make people listen. I can't make people listen, right? Like I all I can do is give them the information and hope, right? Hope that they look into it themselves. That's the best that I can do. The best I can do is get to know people, right? And people get to know me, right? I do my best. That's what I do. Now, we're starting to see at least an influx of people who, here's a turtle tint. You guys want to see a turtle tint? We are seeing an influx of people starting to realize this is what they're dealing with. Turtle tint is what they're dealing with. Okay? This buffoon. And that he's not a good person. That he's a shit human being who only gives a fuck about himself. He doesn't care about anyone else. He simply gives a fuck about the one and only. And to me, it's not a game. To him, everything's a game, right? A competition where he's competing with everyone and no one else is competing, right? No one else is competing. It's not like, again, for him, it's like, well, I can have everybody wipe my wish list clean. Like, that's what he's worried about. I don't give a fuck about whether my wish list is wiped clean or not. It's there because people asked for options and they asked for it. So it's there if they would like it, right? I don't give a fuck about them wiping it clean. Like, that's his level of mentality. It's childhood mentality. Like, well, I made a poo-poo. I made fun of your wish list and now I can just have people wipe mine clean. Like, I didn't know there was a competition. No one advised me there was a competition because there isn't. And also, I don't want to compete in that. That's people's money. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, what is wrong with you? People choose to spend their money the way they choose to spend it. You cannot force anyone to do anything. If they don't want to support my channel, they're not going to. If they want to, they will, right? Like, you can't. I mean, his thing is to try to force people into giving him what he wants. And if they don't, that's when he sends the dog whistles out. If he does not get, oh yeah, he looks rough. I'm going to play this in a second, but. And just so you know, Truth or BS, but the caption on this that she put at the top was, I'm fine, everything's fine. I mean, he's definitely not fine. He's losing it, obviously. And that's the thing, though. Why, like, the only war I want to see is the war against this shit-ass behavior of hurting people, fucking with their livelihood, their families. They're like, no. I mean, I guess, but at the same time, why can't, cycles and patterns. Why can't YouTubers do better? Why can't we be better? Why can't we do it ethically and want to help and not just do it for X, Y, or Z. Like, I believe both can happen. There's not 5 million to be exact since 2020, by the way. The exact number, at least if you have on Google, is 5 million since 2020, of which a little over 1 million YouTube, which Google runs, has taken because he was monetized for, I think, a short period of time. But see, that's the thing, right? He absolutely has made millions of dollars throughout this whole thing. Merch. He was taking money off of other people's merch who sold anything that had a turtle on it or it said free Karen Read on it. He demanded that if they were allowed to post it on the Facebook page, that he get a portion of that. There was a lady selling bracelets. I think they were like $5 and he was getting like $1 whatever each bracelet. Like, the fact that he like forced that lady to give him that is fucking gross. It's gross. It's $5 a bracelet, dude. And she's making them. Why do you think you get something just because there's a turtle on it, dude? You don't own turtles, my guy. You don't own the moniker either. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know? But again, that's who he is. I would have never done that. Like, that's who he is, you know? That's the other thing. A lot of his donations were based on lies, where he lied and convinced everyone that he was going to spend 100 years in jail, which I told you guys forever ago was never going to happen. They would run it concurrently, not on and after. And that's, you know what I mean? Even if 10 or 20 years for each charge, like, the judge isn't going to give him the max out of it for each one. You know what I mean? Like, and even if the judge did give him the max out for each one, even if the judge decided to give him the max out for each one, those would run concurrently, which means they would run together. So if he got 10 years on every one of them and the judge ran it concurrently, that means he would only do 10 years or less with good time, right? On and after is when you get it after. So for instance, if you got, 10 years on 3 charges, if the judge is like, okay, well, these are going to be on and after, then it would be 10 years, then another 10 years, then another 10 years. So 30 total. They don't usually do that, especially with stuff like this. It's going to run concurrently. So even if he got 90 years, okay, he would actually only do the max of 10 on each charge for 9 charges. So it's like, it's not in the realm of like possibility that he was ever going to do 90 years, but he needed to say that. He needed people to believe that he could get locked up for life if they don't give him money, right? He needed people to believe that you're going to take me away from my children if you don't give me money. That's his famous line. Like, they're trying to take me from my children. No, you are trying to take you from your children. You and you only. There is no one else being charged with any of this nonsense. Why? Because no one else would do this shit. No one's that stupid. You know what I mean? No one. No one. No fucking buddy. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like, you're not paying for your kids' expenses. Your wife is, who has to work a second job to do it while you put millions of dollars in your own pocket. Well, that's on and after, right? Consecutive is on and after. That's what we call on and after. That's just the old version of saying consecutive is on and after. So I'm old school and working in the prison. Like, that's what we call on and after. Back in the day when a lawyer explained it to you, they wouldn't say concurrently or consecutively. You know what I mean? They would explain it as it's on and then after. So that's what we call it. Maybe it's just a old school Boston thing. I don't know if people in other states also call it on and after, but that's what on and after means. Yeah, he asked. Yeah, he demanded it, and he got it. And he got it, and they gave it to him because, of course, he was afraid, right? They were afraid. If they don't, what's going to happen? But yeah, a lot of his donations were based on lies. Based on lies. It's very unlikely that a judge would give him consecutive on all those charges. You know, and you never called it on and after? If you're a retired CO, you never called it on and after? I don't know if you're from this state, but you've never called it on and after instead of consecutive. That's interesting. Maybe it's just a area I grew up in. I don't think they had a written contract. I think what he would do is message these people on Facebook and be like, well, you have a turtle on it, so how much are they selling for? You're going to owe me X amount of dollars. Like that's what he did. He basically strong-armed them into giving it to them. And what are they going to do? Not give it to them and then risk being lied about? And no. I mean, he compared himself to Jesus one time. I mean, tell me again how it's not a cult. Tell me again how it's not a fucking cult. You know what I mean? Exactly. It's not complicated. It's really, really not. He went there. He was charged with assault and witness intimidation. Therefore, he went to jail. Even if he wasn't out on bail, and that's what he cries about. Well, if I didn't have bail, my bail wouldn't have been revoked. No, you would have just straight up been arrested for assault. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, okay, your bail wouldn't have been revoked. You would have just been arrested on assault, though. So I don't know in what world. No, it wasn't the shirt lady. Even her offered to give him a portion so he would leave her the fuck alone and he wouldn't take it, but then bitched later on that like she owed it to him. Like she didn't owe him shit. She didn't owe him shit. Putting a turtle on somebody does not owe him a goddamn fucking thing. Also, the fact that he wanted it, like to me, is just pure greed. Again, he took a $1,500 check though for a charitable event at the Star Drive-In. I was there for that. Okay. Then he went on and on and on to bitch that people shouldn't stream at court or accept donations while they're streaming if they're outside of the court. They shouldn't do that. How dare they? How dare they? Or how dare they go to an event? I streamed at an event one time. How dare you stream at an event, right? It's a charity event. Okay, well, I wasn't there. Like, what do you mean? It's a charity event. Okay, well, I paid the money to get in. I did the raffles. Like, no one had a problem with it but you. And it was only after I didn't lie for you, right? Like that was the problem, is I didn't lie for him. So only then did he have a problem with it. It's beyond misleading. I mean, he says that so people will do it, right? Free speech, you're donating to protect free speech. No, you're donating to protect a liar. This has nothing to do with free speech. That is not going to fly in the court. It's simply not going to. It's not free speech. Free speech is not just everything. That's not the way it works. It's not the way it fucking works. You've seen on and after at the county level. Yeah, I mean, that's the jail I worked in is a county, essentially a county jail. It's not a state prison. But it was also a mental health prison. So it's, you know what I mean? We got people from all over the state that do go there. Right. I mean, he didn't do that, obviously. But even if he did get his trademark logo, you don't own all turtles and everything that's a turtle. You know what I mean? Like, that's just fucking crazy. That's insane. He didn't just want things that had to do with turtles, though. Anything that had to do with Free Karen Reed or the FKR logo. Like, he believed that if he was going to allow you to put it on the Facebook page for you to sell, then in return, you're going to give him something. Again, coming from the man who took a check, regardless of the fact whether he asked for the check or not, if they present you with a $1,500 check because someone goes, oh, well, maybe you need to have that money. I mean, they can. They're probably not going to get it back, of course, but it's misleading on purpose. Remember that. It's misleading on purpose because he knows that if he says the truth, that who the fuck's going to want to give him money for that? You know what I mean? I wouldn't use people's logo either, but it was a turtle. It wasn't his logo. Like, it wasn't his logo. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. Like, he thinks he has some broad spectrum over just turtles in general. It's not the way it works. Oh, let's watch this fucking crash out, I guess. I haven't seen this yet, but I'd be interested to see exactly how far he crashes out. Do me a favor, if you haven't already smashed the like button, I'd appreciate that. If you haven't yet subscribed, smash that subscribe button, darlings. And if you could donate to the channel, we could really use the help. You worked at the county side and the state side? The DOC, I had to pass 2 background checks, one for the DOC and then one for the private company that I worked for. It was a pain in the fucking ass that they made us do too. I don't understand why we had to do 2, because essentially we didn't really work for the DOC. We worked for the private company that I worked for, but at the time, the DOC was still working on the inside of the prison, and I think it was like a month before we took over the inside of that facility, and the DOC did the outside of the facility. All right. If you can donate to the channel, there is more than one way to do so. We have super chats and super stickers, although apparently the super stickers have changed. I have not confirmed this because I have not yet seen one, but I guess the super stickers are different now. They're supposed to be more like TikTok where they like move and do stuff on the screen. I have no fucking idea because I have not seen that yet, but I got an email from YouTube about it probably like a week ago. Walpole's been closed for a while. You know, if you worked at Walpole, I would say hats up. I didn't work at Walpole, no. I would say hats off to anybody who did, because that was a hard jail, you know? Whoop, 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 whoop. That would be awesome. My wife had a table there. He thought he was a rock star. Yeah. So, I mean, at that event, someone suggested, like, oh, maybe we should give him some money, right? It was, and he bragged about how he donated his time to go to this charity event, blah, 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 blah. And then he shit on other people for no reason, but never disclosed that he accepted $1,500 for his, you know, charity, that he went there to like donate his time, but he took $1,500 in return. He never told anyone that, you know. They won't let you do a super sticker? What do you mean? That's weird. I think it's called something else now, though. That's what I mean. Like they changed it to like a TikTok like thing. So I don't even think it's like, is there like another option now instead of super sticker? Is it called like a gem or a something? I don't fucking know what the hell it's supposed to be called. Let me see. Super stickers. Let me see. Oh, it lets me do mine. I don't know. These ones move. I click on it. This one moves. Weird. Yeah, she was working at like a, yeah, Jules. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's a Jules. That's it. Thank you. Yeah, it's supposed to be like TikTok. I don't know. That's essentially what they were getting to on the email. I have not seen them yet. I have no fucking idea what they look like or what they do, but super stickers aren't super stickers anymore. So that might be why it doesn't work, because it's not stickers anymore. You have to buy jewels to send a sticker or something, like gems, whatever it is, whatever it's called. Whatever the fuck it's called. Whatever the hell it's freaking called. I haven't seen one yet since they announced that, so I have no fucking idea. Sent star for 2 jewels. Oh, you did? Where? Why is that? I'm fucking blind. It's not popping up. I don't know. Maybe it'll pop up later. The stickers are called gifts there. Trying to keep up. That's what I thought, right? It's the TikTok thing, right? Like, is it lame? Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen it on my screen yet, like over here. So, I mean, oh, wait. Here's yours. Oh, Cord Dead said a high five. I like that. And that's pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. That's pretty cool. I like that. Although they're not on the level of TikTok. TikToks like take up the whole screen and like, it's pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty cool. Those are cool. I was sent 3C. It doesn't tell me that. Like, what the hell? Oh, yeah. Okay, I see it. All right. 2 jewels, sent a flower, star, high five. Okay, it's showing me what it is on the screen when I click on fan funding, but it's not showing it on the screen. Like, I can't see it here, which is weird. I mean, it's really for you guys. It's not, you know, it's just, I mean, like, to watch it, I guess, is for you, but it's not as, you're right, it's not as flashy, it's not as movie. Like, the TikTok ones move better, you know? So essentially what they said is they changed super stickers. You can't do super stickers anymore. You have to do that. But you can do super chat still, which is weird. I don't get that. It didn't really make sense to me, but whatever you want to do, YouTube, sure. All right, let's watch the Tanty. Hold on, I'll go back to my live chat here. It's definitely not as cool, I feel like, as TikTok, for sure. I'll get back to the screen to play the Tanty. I'll just leave the donation options on the screen. So if you choose to donate to the channel, my friends, while he's having his Tanty, we'll leave it up there. Also, for those of you who are new, there's a link that we have for debit or credit cards. It also takes Apple Pay and like a couple other random things. I don't have Zelle. It's the only thing I don't have. My bank doesn't take Zelle, and since it's not its own thing anymore, it doesn't like pop up. I don't know why. My bank simply doesn't take Zelle, and Zelle is not its own app anymore. It shut down as like its own app like a year or so ago. So it's not, it's, your bank has to take it. My bank doesn't, unfortunately. So it's the only option I don't have. Every other option on planet Earth is there in the description. All right, let's watch the Tanty.
So there's that. Okay. Let me read some turtle chats. I think I got my day started. But all right, let's see where Mike.
No, turtle chats to get his day started. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got none. None. All right. If anyone else wants their messages read, the link at the top is for cash.
So that's the thing, right? Like anyone wants their messages. He will not read anyone's messages on the screen or pop them up if you do not donate. I get it. It's a business tactic, right? I'm not shitting on it. Like when people do it, but like when you're that mad about it, like, oh, there's none. None. I mean, if anyone wants their shit read, you have to give me money. Like, bro, just read some of your fucking comments, guy. Not everyone is going to be able to donate. So maybe, just maybe, you should read some of your damn comments from other people who can't, you know? Right, that's fucking crazy.
Our Cash Apps, $ Uncle Turtle Boy.
It's
Or you
crazy.
can Turtle chat me at the top. Pay whatever you want, say whatever you want. I'll read it. Okay, cool. Wow, we're good. So there's that. Okay. Let me read some turtle chats. I think I got my day started. But
gotta get my day started. Yep. With turtle chats.
All right, let's see where my turtle chats go.
He's pissed.
Okay, we got none. None. All right. If anyone else wants their messages read, the link
We got none. And it freezes right when he says that. Oh, anybody wants their messages read? You know? 50K. Wouldn't it be funny if we raised like, you know, probably not 50K, but more than he did? That would be fucking hilarious. I would pee myself laughing. What do I got here? Oh, not going to read your government name, but I have a $25 donation. It says, appreciating your passion and support. Thank you so much. That's so nice. I love that. I'm not going to read your government name because that is not cool. We don't want that. You can't send super chats? What do you mean? I mean, maybe they changed the whole thing. Maybe that's the problem. Weird. Oh, on his channel, you mean? Yeah, no, he can't get super chats. He's demonetized. I thought you said on mine. I was like, wait, that's weird. He's demonetized. That's why. But that's his own fault, right? Like, it's his own fault. Like, his turtle chats are the equivalent of what I have pinned to the top as a direct link for debit or credit cards. But, like, but he won't read, like, see how I'm popping up, like, comments from people in the chat and I'm putting them on the screen? He will not read it and put it on the screen until the very end of his show when he gets bored if you don't donate, right? Like, he won't have any sort of back and forth with people if you don't, which is wild to me because that's the whole point of live streaming, is being able to interact with your audience, getting to know your community. Like, and people oftentimes have little tidbits of information or their own experience that's actually helpful in some of the things that you're talking about or dealing with. And so again, I think I've said this a million times, but I do think that creators miss out on being able to interact with their audience by not, you know, talking to them, like by not popping things up on the screen that they say. Like, I think it's a waste if you're not doing that as a creator, because you can learn a lot about your community and the people in your community by doing it. You know, he'll read them if they're compliments or if they anger him. Yeah, he's been demonetized since, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I think it was during COVID, right? I believe it was during COVID that he was demonetized, you know? Aww. Oh, that's so nice. I wonder if this person is the person he did get it back. And as I've heard from other people, he can't get them again. So I don't know if he was demonetized again, but I don't know which one. He mispronounces a lot of words, but I just got an email that the person who just donated to the channel had written like a message on one of the donations, and it was really nice. It was, you know, about my sister and her brain surgery. And I'm wondering if the person who just donated this, who was watching the channel, I'm wondering if this is the same person that reached out to my sister, because one of you beautiful people did reach out to my sister. I don't even know how you found her, but one of you did reach out to her and on social media and wrote her a message, and she was very appreciative of that message. You know, you guys heard me talking about her and the brain surgery she's going to have, and she showed it to me after she got it, and she was like, it must have been, she's like, it's clearly somebody who watches you, because they say, like, you know, they were watching me, and that's how they learned about it. But she really did appreciate that message from that person. You know, she was actually shocked that someone you know, a stranger cared. And see, that's the thing. Like, you know, just because someone's a stranger doesn't mean that we shouldn't give a fuck. Doesn't mean that we shouldn't help them. It doesn't mean that we shouldn't, you know, give them our support, even if that support is just, you know, talking to them, you know. I believe this is from this morning. As far as I understand, it's from this morning. But I mean, confirmation receipt isn't provided. Wait, hold on. So you don't get a receipt for donating to him like you do when you do mine? Like he doesn't like send to your email a receipt saying like minus this amount of money? Like, no? Is that real life, dude? I mean, how the fuck does that happen? Oh, Leah, your dick nose just popped up as arriving to you tomorrow. It's arriving tomorrow. Well, I can't believe that. So I don't understand. So what he told me, I did ask him one time about his turtle chat link. I said, how the fuck did you set that up at all? Like he literally told me that he paid a guy from Bangladesh on Fiverr to make him that link. If you don't know what Fiverr is, it's a website that you can hire people to do things like editing. You can hire them to do anything really, but you can hire people to like edit or something like make you a link, right? So apparently he paid some guy from Bangladesh to make the turtle chat link for him. I, on the other hand, figured it out myself. Like a big girl. Like a big girl. And also mine gives a receipt. It gives an email. It sends you an email saying like, this is, you know, this many dollars you spent. I can't believe that though. How the fuck is that possible? Right? And that's the other thing. Like you shouldn't have to resubmit. Once you hit the button, it should say like, thank you for whatever, or it should go to a different screen. You know what I mean? Like I don't, but again, I guess when you don't bother to do anything yourself, I mean, notice how many things he hasn't been able to do himself because Meredith is not there to do it for him anymore, right? So can't put his furniture together, doesn't know how to use tools. I mean, what kind of fucking man are you, dude? I mean, to be fair, he's not, right? Like, but what kind of fucking man can't do anything for himself? Like, do you need somebody to wipe your ass too? Like, I mean, what the fuck? Are we, like, is this real life? Sometimes I feel like it's on Mars. You know what I mean? It doesn't show it was processed. What the fuck, dude? What the actual fuck? That is weird. Also, Barely Brunette said she got the, I don't know if you saw that when you left, you were on a call, I think, but I gotta look. Sorry, Barely. I didn't see exactly what it was. So I gotta go back up. Oh, you did see. You said thank you. Okay, perfect. Sorry. Can't pay attention to 72 things at once. Can't pay attention to 72 things at once. The bird video? Which bird video? Which bird video? Which one? I have some bookmarks here. Hold on. Muppetville Weekly News, guys. It's a story where each worlds collide. This will be the humor. It says, though this will be humorous, we are making this a real project. As soon as I can figure out my yearly subscription to WordPress, I'm making the website.
Each week, we will be analyzing shows that we have put no work into at all and make fun of it for content. Hopefully this doesn't make us look lazy, but I will say I'm looking forward to it.
Like Aiden Will, I guess. It's pretty funny. Oh, I saw this today and I was like, is this fucking real life? Is this real life? Right? Like, I mean, I know how expensive childcare is, hence why I can't fucking afford it, right? Hence why I work from home, partly because childcare is outrageous and partly because I'm disabled and can't work like I used to. I can't do the physical job career that I chose. And so this not only rang true to me, but like just seeing it like made me realize like how many people don't realize how expensive fucking childcare is, right? And so it says she lives in Boston, like, okay, she lives here in Massachusetts. She's got a 6-month-old baby and she needs childcare. Walks into KinderCare, and I used to go to KinderCare when I was a baby. It was affordable. My grandparents paid for it when I was a kid. And she gets the quote, right? $2,450 a month for 2 days a week. Okay. $3,115 a month for 3 days a week. All right. $200 annual initiation fee. All right. This isn't a little expensive. It's economic punishment for having a child. So this is the clip of what she did to go get childcare and how much it costs here in Massachusetts, right? People don't believe me when I say it's like, you know, anywhere from $30,000 to like $60,000 a year. I'm not fucking kidding.
If you're looking for price authenticity for childcare in the seaport of Boston, come along with me. I need childcare for my 6-month-old son, and I work right next to a KinderCare. So I am going to pop over there. Okay, I'm now back at work. What an experience that was. The woman was really nice. She was fine. The director, as a new mom, I'm just like crazy about the cleanliness of spaces. And it like wasn't the cleanest space I've ever seen, specifically the infant rooms. I just like wasn't overly impressed with that. There was a few other comments that just kind of like rubbed me the wrong way. So for pricing, this is where it gets truly crazy. And I know this is a true problem in the United States. Like this is really a legitimate problem that needs to be addressed because people can't afford childcare. So I was looking for 2 days a week, possibly 3. So the price for 2 days per week, 8 days a month is $2,450 plus an initiation fee. Okay, 3 days a week, 12 days a month is $3,150.
It's fucking wild. Wild.
All of that is crazy to me, and I'm not undervaluing childcare, but like that's
insane.
Crazy. So my husband and I are like, well, we're hiring a nanny. So if you want to work for me 2 or 3 days per week, give me a call.
I mean,
you're looking for price authentic.
Bonkers, dude. Bonkers. I mean, even hiring a nanny, if you can't afford that childcare, you're not going to be able to afford a nanny. No, you do not get ad revenue if you're not monetized. So for instance, they do, like, they'll put ads in your shit and YouTube will get all the money for that. But if you're not monetized, you get $0 in ad revenue. Let's be very clear about that. $0 and 0 cents in ad revenue if you are not monetized on YouTube. You get nothing. But him not being monetized doesn't really matter. He does get Cash App, and he's banned from Venmo, I believe, and banned from PayPal. So he cannot use PayPal and he cannot use Venmo. He can only use Cash App and his turtle chats. He was banned from those platforms a while back for some sort of scam or something like that. Way back when. Wait, a bird. Oh, I did see that. Lydia posted it. The friggin' bird. I forgot. I saw that this morning and I was like, what in the actual fuck stick is going on here? Sewer turtle had a bird in his house, apparently, y'all, and didn't know how to let the fucking bird out.
Fuck you. Shit, dude. Get the fuck out, bird! 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 Fuck you. Shit, dude. Get the fuck out, bird! 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 Fuck you. Shit, dude.
Yeah, because yelling at the bird to get the fuck out definitely will make it get the fuck out. You can't make this shit up, bro. You literally cannot fucking make this shit up. I can't. I cannot. I can't. I can't. Leah, you need to work in the get the fuck out bird into your. You got to get a fake bird, Leah. Yeah, listen, I couldn't, like, you guys know how crazy I was when I first moved in about I have to get these curtains up. Like, I have to get curtain rods to get these curtains up. Like, no curtains, no blinds, no nada. Like, you just want people peering into your house. Like, no, he's not. Vanessa, no. The answer is no, girl. You know that. Girl, you know that. He's not a man. What kind of man is screaming to get the fuck out bird instead of actually taking care of it and opening a window to allow the bird to actually go? See how the bird's running to all the windows, like, and smashing into the windows? He's looking for a way out, right? It's help it get out. You want it to get out? Help it out, bro. Like, help it get out. Get the fuck out, bird. Just open your fucking windows, bro. Open your motherfucking windows, guy. I mean, it sounds like a girly bitch.
Get the fuck out, bird! 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 Fuck you.
What fucking pussy? I can't. But yeah, you gotta get a fake bird. It's gotta be flying around the room on a string. All right, like you gotta put that on the wish list. Put the bird. Put the fucking bird on the list, dude. You gotta put the bird. You gotta put the bird. Maybe, we'll get a bird for our fundraiser we're gonna do on the same day that he does his. We'll get a bird, right? Except we'll get a window and we'll let the bird out. The bird out. We'll just start randomly screaming at the bird. Get the fuck out, bird! I mean, he is like a parrot. He sounded like a parrot to me, and he is like a parrot, so I'm just saying. Oh my God. A spider? Oh my God. He might shit himself. He's going to have an extra turtle tanty about that one. A spider? No. Extra turtle tanties for a spider. Yeah, you got to have multiple phones, Leah. You gotta have multiple phones. You have to have 3 phones. You gotta play that song. I got 3 phones. You gotta get phones. You have to say "brr" too. You have to. That's the thing. You have to do that. It's gonna be amazing. I got a giant pink Stanley. You gotta make slurping noises. Instead of being a normal human being and just taking a sip of water. You gotta get a straw and be dainty. It's nice, straw and dainty. I don't want you guys to hear me taking a sip, so. I know people have like a snake, obviously. Down south, a lot of snakes get in. Spiders, definitely. Once in a while, a little raccoon will get in. He didn't, yeah. Oh, you didn't post it yet? Damn it. I love you. I love you. It's a jailbird. Leah, you have to dress it up in a little jail costume. You have a work phone. You have to dress it up in a little jail costume. And that's the one I always talk to you on is your work phone. Because you don't even answer your real phone. You just, to be fair, you don't even answer your actual phone. If I want to contact you, it's always the work phone. Yeah, she has one for work and one for personal use. You have to put a jail costume on the fucking bird, all right? You have to do it. Just put a sign, just jailbird. And then you put the voiceover. You got to put the voiceover for the bird of the.
Can you please go? Can you please go?
It'll never not be funny. It'll never not be funny. It'll never not be funny. You're so humiliated by that. It was humiliating, Your Honor. He says in court, it was less humiliating, Your Honor. Sir, you're a buffoon. That's why it's humiliating, okay? It's not everybody else's fault. You're a fucking idiot. Okay? It's not. Hashtag jailbird. Hashtag jailbird. Credit to Corn Dead for that one. Credit where it's due, man. I know, girl. I know. You're a snake. You're a snake. God, he would definitely cry. I mean, like a bitch boy if he found a snake. Snake. A snake. Also, if any of you have been following the missing persons case, they did just take Brian Hooker's sailboat, Soulmate. They seized it. The Coast Guard did. Brian Enton reported on it, saying that they couldn't use the drone because it's too close to the base. So he borrowed a super nice neighbor's kayak. Lynette Hooker is still missing. So in case you're following that case, they've seized the boat that Lynette Hooker and Brian Hooker bought to sail around, that she supposedly went missing going to. So, oh man, I'm surprised his vocal cords haven't already exploded from crying. I mean, that dude he screams a lot. Okay, he screams a lot, like a lot. Like, I mean, a lot. Okay. I don't think like the amount, it's humiliating, sir. It's humiliating, sir. The judge said, did you say toddler tantrum? Or it's like, yeah, I said toddler tantrum. Like, yeah, I said motherfucking toddler tantrum, bitch. I see it right here, right? No, yeah? Hold on. Yeah, you guys have to see this. It's pretty funny. All right, where is it? Hold on. We gotta get jailbird. We gotta get jailbird, god damn it. The platform shoes. I'm dead. The platform shoes. OMG. I freaking can't. You gotta put them on the bottom of your sneakers. I freaking can't do it. Oh, yeah, that was me. I ordered the dick nose. Sorry. Hold on. Here we go. 2 back elbow compression sleeves. For tennis elbow. Tennis elbow. It's for tennis elbow. Stanley. With a handle and a straw. Interactive cat toys for indoor cats. A flapping bird. It's a bird. Turtle tattoos. You gotta put the platforms on the black sneakers. Fucking can't stop. Hold on. Oh my god, hold on. You guys have to see this. I thought it was up, but it's not. It's on as it opens a different tab. Sneakers with the platforms. I fucking can't. Okay, there's the bird. Stanley Cup. Tennis elbow. The fact that he said that, I was like, no, this dude is fucking stupid as hell. Did he actually just say, like, appendicitis to the fucking elbow? Is this real life? What the fuck are we doing here? Vampire teeth. I can't. Are you trying to kill me? Are you trying to kill me? Tiny but mighty shirt. I can't. Breathe, Lise, breathe. Breathe. Like a good breath. And if you wonder what we talk about on the phone, you know, we're so ridiculous. Oh, I can't. Oh, it's a little mini for his little mini. Penis turtle testicle. I fucking can't. Making me work today. I bought the dick nose, in case y'all are wondering. This is the dick nose I was speaking of there it is. I fucking can't. That's my friend. You can almost bet that every time we're on the phone, we are laughing. We are laughing. I'm going to tell you that much. I'm telling you that much. So the dick nose was purchased because I got it. Thought it was appropriate for me to get that one. What else was purchased? Let's see. Boop. Oh, the glasses. Yes, the rimmed glasses. A selfie stick. Oh my god, the fucking wig. I can't. Oh my god, the wig is amazing. Prong dog collar. We got collars now? Is he a dog? OMG. I think this is the stuff from your other wish lists that were purchased because it goes on from all this other stuff, and that's stuff for obviously for the dogs. But I mean, you could probably totally use those on Aiden too. I mean, just get him a dog bowl. The wig, absolutely. Yep, it's there. It's the Stanley's there. So there it is, along with his appendicitis of the elbow. Yeah, I had to, dude. Okay, when I looked at it and the nose was there, I was like, oh god, I talk about that dick nose so much. Although, again, I think you're gonna have to put a piece of floss on it, Okay, the dick nose needs to have a banana hammock. All right, like it's. We did have a picture for that somewhere. I don't know where I put it, but we did have one. I had one somewhere. Cannot locate it at this time, but you know, you gotta get a sewer cap. That's what you gotta do. You gotta get a fake sewer cap, and then you gotta pop out of that in the beginning. Like, oh, it's just me popping out of the sewer turtle and all, you know? It's just me. I tried to hang out with the Ninja Turtles, but they said I had tennis elbow, appendicitis. They didn't want to hang out with me. Not cool. No. Oh my god. Yes. I feel like I had one of those when I was a kid, the little turtle box sandboxes. Do not shake hands and beware of my couch. Yes. The jailbird needs a little hat, you know? There's a little hat. You gotta get a fake sewer cap. You have to pop out of there, you know? Maybe put some slime. I'm just crawling up, just get it off. Crawling up the sewer with the shit, because it's me. Sewer turtle and all. Sewer turtle and all. Yep, that's me. Feel like that. They call me Daddy Sewer Turtle. Funniest wish list ever. Yeah. Ooh. Breathe, Elise, breathe. Mm-hmm. Get cereal. I gotta get. Oh, I can't. I fucking can't. I can't. He can't, do anything. Shave, put together furniture. You got to get an Allen key and then ask what it is. What does this do? What does this do? I don't know what this does. Is this called? It's called a jack. It's called a mat. What is this called again? I don't understand what this does. Put furniture together with this? He's sore on his nose. Fucking hilarious. We're just gonna hold on. Where is it? We're gonna reshare it. I can't fucking. Why can't I? Oh, because you're protected. Damn it! Can't share it because you're protected. It's a little bit. Damn it! Damn it! Fucking damn it! You guys ever seen that? The little kid that. The fucking damn it kid. Every time I say that, that's what it makes me think of. Fucking damn it. A toddler goes on adorable swearing spree in viral video. Here it is. I found it. This kid is, it's not funny because like a kid shouldn't swear, obviously, but it's funny when they just don't understand it and they're like repeating it because they heard it somewhere. And every time I say fucking damn it, I think of this kid. I literally do. Oh, come on with the goddamn ads, bro. Fuck your goddamn ads. Let me skip that shit. Now that I can breathe. No CNN. I don't want to buy your annual nothing. All right. I don't do mainstream media. You're just the first thing that popped up. Otherwise, I would have just searched it on YouTube. No, bro, I'm not. No, we're not. No, what? We don't want your shit.
It's the new #1 reason for a toddler to go to the bathroom.
Well, I'll let you say bad words, but only in the bathroom. So get them out now.
And the second the door closed, Gianna Ambrose's mom knew she had a problem when her 2-year-old spouted the words to Olivia Rodrigo's song Vampire. Actually, we can't play the bad words, but little Gianna...
She took a big liking to that song, and one day we were driving in the car, and she just said the whole thing.
So Mom tried the bathroom technique she'd seen online.
Are you saying them?
Uh-huh.
Get them out.
Stinkin' was her favorite. She said it 3 times.
Did you get them all out?
No.
She softly mouthed an everyday barnyard profanity.
Mom, where's the good one?
And
they're not gonna bleep it, are they?
Bad words you want, Ray?
She dropped a nearly inaudible F-bomb. You're a 2-year-old kid. Where do you hear bad words?
I go in the bathroom and say them.
Her mom says she's trying
a
to
cute
take
kid.
the seductive, forbidden, exciting feel out of swearing, and it sort of feels like it's working.
She's asked to go back in the bathroom twice since that.
She treated her first time cussing in the bathroom like a video blog.
Oh,
As
she's
for her
so
favorite
cute.
word,
Sticking ass.
turns out she
Stinking is not a swear, all right? Hold on. There's a better version of the fucking damn it kid, all right? This is not it. Here's the kid who says, fucking damn it. Fucking damn it. Fucking damn it. Where is it? God damn it. They're going to make me search for it. The kid who says it's a fucking goat. But yeah, the Linda kid. Look at Linda. Listen, Linda. Yeah, I remember that one. And we made a good joke out of the Listen, Linda one. That kid was hilarious. This is the one. This is the one. Oh, I found it. Oh. There it is. I found it. I did find it. All right, hold on. Why I can't pause it? Yes, I can. Okay. There it goes. Damn it. Damn it.
Did Daddy say a bad word?
Yeah.
What did I say?
God fucking damn it.
Every time I fucking damn it. That's the voice that I hear in my head when I say it. Fucking damn it. Fucking damn it. Oh my God, yeah. That's one of my favorites. One of me and my husband's favorites. No, 2 + 2, not no one ass bitch. Long nipple having no ass bitch. That's one of my favorite ones. That's one. Murdered. Murdered who? That's one of my other favorite ones, but that one's from Cat Williams. Another for 2 fucking weeks. You wouldn't do that. Yeah, that's exactly what that tennis elbow, appendicitis of the elbow. I can't get enough of this smell. It smells so good. Even if I have to spray it over my shoulder because it just smells so fucking good. Fucking damn it. It's adorable. It's adorable. It's a little baddie. Permission to swear. Permission to swear, soldier. But yeah, the Listen to Me Linda kid is pretty funny. Me and my oldest, who's 21, we have talked about the Linda one all the time. Linda, listen. Look it, Linda. Look it, Linda, listen. That was over a cookie, I believe. I don't know if I remember if it was a cookie or a cupcake, but it was over a cupcake or a cookie, and the kid wanted it, and the mom said no, and he was like, listen, Linda, look it. I'm getting this goddamn motherfucking cookie. I'm getting cookie. All right. Wait, what? He said this? Okay. Hold on. Let's see. We got this. What you fucking doing, mama? I love that. This is a clip where
Okay,
he's like
forgotten it.
mad about
Let me read some
not
turtle
having
chats.
any
I think I got my day started.
other turtle chats. There's none.
Okay, we got none. None.
Yeah,
All right.
none.
If anyone else
No.
wants their messages read, the link at the top is for Cash
Yeah.
App. Our Cash Apps, $ Uncle Turtle Boy.
Show them the Linda one.
Turtle chat me at the top. Pay whatever you want, say whatever you want. I'll read it. Okay, cool. Wow, we're good.
Oh, did he stop saying it has to be $5 or more now? Because Colleen said he's desperate for us. The economy sucks. His followers can't afford to give him money every day. So he said he's thinking of going live every day because he's broke. When the mega motion gets denied, it'll all sink in. Yeah, we're popping popcorn for that. We are popping popcorn for that. Absolutely, because it will be denied. We have to listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. It's going to be comedy gold. Absolutely. Where's the Listen, Linda kid? Where's the Listen, Linda kid? Y'all haven't seen this. It's an old video, but effing hilarious. This was I suppose how many seconds? 54 seconds. This is the whole 2 minute and 30-second thing. What's going to happen is I'm totally going to get like a copyright for this. So if you're not seeing it live, folks, what's going to happen is I'm going to have to remove it from the video after, because what they do is they send me this thing that says, your video is blocked in territories if you don't remove this thing. Like, so if you're not seeing it live, I apologize. It's probably going to skip over that portion, but you can go and look at the Listen Linda Kid, okay? And watch that video because it is quite hilarious if you've never seen it before. The kid's cute as hell too. But he's got a debate over this cookie, or I can't remember if it's a cookie or a cupcake, but yeah, we have to show them. It's such a good idea, Freeze, because it's an adorable video. The kid's like, no, I'm getting this cookie, all right? That's what he gets for running his mouth, period. You know what I mean? Like, he shits on other channels, like, you know, like, first of all, the fact that he has to even mention me ever is amazing to me. Like, we're two separate, like, I'm a smaller channel because I just came around a few years back. So it's like, why even try to compare anything that has to do with me to him, right? The whole like, oh, I can have my wish list wiped off. Like, that's good for you. Nobody fucking cares, sir. Like, that's not my goal. My goal isn't to have it wiped away. You know what I mean? Oh my God. I needed it. I needed it. I needed that laugh, by the way, Leah. Like, I needed that. Like, I don't think you understand how much I needed that laugh. Like, I needed it more than probably you guys realize. That laugh, like, that was a belly laugh. And me and my husband laugh like that, but obviously he's usually at work every day, so I don't really get to, you know, I get, you know, pillow talk at night when he gets home, but on his days off, you know, I get to belly laugh like that. And if this kid doesn't make you laugh, I don't know what to tell you. You have no soul, but this is adorable and funny, so I'll let you watch it.
Listen to me.
Listen, Linda, look it. Look at Linda, listen, look it. Oh, this mother, Linda. Say, Grandma said I could have this damn cupcake, all right? I was parent splitting, and I want the cupcake, Mom, all right? So listen, look it. So every time my oldest would be difficult, I'd be like, Linda, look it. Listen, Linda, all right? I would definitely be trying not to laugh. He's doing the whole hands on the hip. Listen, Linda. Look at Linda. It's a cute kid. I mean, this is a decade ago. This was 2014. So a long time ago. He's got to be an adult now, or close to an adult now, but that's hilarious. Right? Kid's cute as hell. The kid is cute as hell. And it's pretty funny. Pretty fucking funny. All right, let's see. What else do I got? I feel like I'm old too. I remember that one so well. Like, so fucking well. I mean, his wife wasn't named Linda. Yeah, 2014. Yep. I mean, my oldest was a kid at the time, and she's 21 now. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it was a while ago. On the bullshit meter, I say that one was all the way to the bottom. That kid was not bullshitting, right? Because the whole purpose of the stream today is like, where does the bullshit meter go? With Aiden, the bullshit meter has broken. It's like a temperature meter. It's just, that thing took a plunge, right? That kid was not bullshitting. He was like, look it, Linda, listen. Grandma said I could have that cupcake. So listen. He was so serious about his cupcake. He wanted it. He wanted that damn cupcake. What? Who the fuck tips somebody in $10 in quarters? That can't be real life. I guess it is. Damn. Ooh. We got some Twitter tea. Please bring us back to the Twitter tea. I can't go back. Turtle canties. I can't go back. I can't do it. Meh. Bring us to the Twitter tea.
Tea alert. Grab the tea because Twitter is melting down again.
All right. We have to fix those in edits because I don't know why it's talking in different languages when it spells things, but okay. All right. Oh, listen, snacks are important. I will tell you this. My kids and my husband are snackinators. They're snackinators. They love snacks. I'm not a snacker. I'm a meal person. Like, I like meals. I don't really snack. Once in a while, I like a snack, but I'm not a snack person for sure. Oh my God. Jen changed her name to Jim. Jen, you didn't. She fucking did. He keeps calling Jen Jim like an idiot. She changed her name to Jim Altman on fucking Twitter. You are a boss, Jen, for that. Winter Tails tea. All right. So Jen says, no, Aiden, I didn't decide not to be your friend because of, Ethel Machado. No matter how many times you say it, it's still not true. I literally never said that to you. I decided not to be your friend because I caught you in too many fucking lies. You're a liar and a narcissist. Remember when you lied and said you never told Jessica that Bettero quit? You know you told her that, and then you lied and said you didn't. The world does not revolve around you just because you're going to prison. Ouch. Ouch. I condone this. I condone this tweet. 100% factual. 100% factual, Jen. You are 100% factual in this. Yes. Yes. Listen, the AI is not spelling things correctly in a different language, so it needs to be fixed. But I think I might just upload it to something else and then maybe have it try to do the edits, instead of, it's just too much. All right, let's see what we got. Natalie, 100% correct. Natalie said, she's so right. Oh my God, he is. I told you, he's gonna look like this. All right, he is going to look like this. When they're like, guilty, sir, this is what he's gonna look like. This is the tanty he's going to throw. Just full out tanty. Can't go back. It even says that on the bottom. Oh shit. Can't go back. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. I can't go back. I can't stop committing crimes, but I can't go back to jail. So YBE posted this clip. Interesting. Let's see what it says.
Anyway.
It's another turtle tanty. Another turtle tanty. She said, I think it's possible Turtle Boy is trying to get us to stop clipping him. If he starts every show with this level of extreme boredom, I'm inclined to not watch further. Why doesn't he cover his own case? Doesn't he have a few hearings coming? He's got more than a few, for sure. Yeah, I mean, he is a greenmonger. We know that. Natalie hit the nail on the head. She said, I couldn't even hate watch this moron because it's literally becoming stupid. It's not even funny, even more to laugh at him because it's boring. He's boring. He has nothing left. No gas. Just making shit up about the real men on air. Moved on. They chose the wrong side, according to him. The wrong side of what? The side of not being manipulated by a maniac? The side of not giving this lazy-ass motherfucker money? The side of reporting on other stories happening? The side of not feeding into his bullshit? JFC, he's in full-blown meltdown. Each day gets worse. He stalks Mikey, JFK, JJ, and Brian's YouTubes. He watches to get their content and throws in a bone to his viewers that he gets off the men. He's obsessed, fixated. Will he ever get his shit together? Will he ever change and get away from the dark triad he's trapped himself in? Will he ever get intense psychological therapy and meds? Most of all, will he ever mow his goddamn lawn? Right? I'm going to miss not paying for cheerleading, Your Honor. How dare you? I'm going to miss not paying for my daughter's cheerleading and making my ex-wife work a second job at a chicken finger stand at Gillette. Now, mind you, Gillette is very far from her home, okay? So I encourage, if anybody does go to Gillette and they happen to run into her, like, give a little extra money. Dude. Don't say anything. Don't cause a scene or anything. But, if you see her, you know what she looks like. I mean, fucking lady's been through hell. I can bet. I mean, look at how many times you wiretapped her, but, a chicken finger stand to pay for your kid. And she's already been paying for it for the last 7 years. So Like, imagine having to do that after a full-time teaching job because your scumbag ex won't help you, but has made $5 million since 2020 and just put $175,000 or $200,000 down on a house. Okay. I don't, not for tomorrow's hearing, I don't think. No. But then there's, you know, the 14th and the 15th, like, you know, and you never know, you know, I'm just saying, you never know what's going to happen. You never know if there's other things in the works that, like, he might have to be dealing with because of his bullshit. Like, you know, it just kind of never stops with him. You know, he can't help himself. He can't help but to try to set people up. He can't help but to keep harassing people privately and publicly. You know, he can't help but to lie. And so all those things are going to come back to bite him. It's just how it fucking works, you know? He's not a good person. And it's like, he sits and whines about it, but no one else I know has to deal with that shit. No one else I know is being arrested for this shit because no one else is doing it, right? No one else is that fucking, I mean, look at, he's clearly like having a moment, right? He's clearly losing it.
So yeah, so what else is going on? So last night, I thought about this too. It was inspired by Will's, I was watching Will's petty stream last night. And he did a
I'm going to petty stream you right now.
BLT. He's just ripping into people. It's great. I miss it. But he's like, he made a good point. It's like they're not giving us as much content anymore. I think it's not as fun as it was to rip into these people anymore. None of them survived.
None of them survived. What does that even mean? None of them survived. We're all here, buddy. We're all here. Yes. 14th, 15th. I mean, this whole, like, none of those, like, again, this is him just making shit up, right? He's literally making shit up. Oh, it's not even fun anymore to rip into LTL and Mike and JFK and all these people because none of them survived. Like, we're all still here, buddy. Everyone's still here, right? You're just irrelevant.
You know, the side that their side has become a joke, and there are sides to this, but they chose their side to be the winning side. And
what's the side? I
mean, Randall is gone. Remember Randall? What happened to him? Sometimes he'll come up on my algo, and I'll see it, and I'll see like 136 people are watching. It's okay.
So
that's cute. That's cute.
Not for nothing, but I'm gonna point out for 10 years. For 10 years, Aiden couldn't get more than that watching him. For a decade. I mean, that's pretty sad, right? Even my videos do better than that, and I have people who watch from all over the world. So, like, when I'm doing streams during the day, it's overnight for other people, so they watch it on the replay. But usually by the time my stream is done, it's already got 1,000 views or around that. By the time a day is passed, it's closer to like 1.5 and sometimes over that. That's at least 50% of my subscribers watching my videos. That's good, right? Like, he did not have that kind of retention for 10 fucking years.
Well, remember they were Kennery's best friend.
I have people watching from multiple platforms.
Somebody said in the chat last night, I was dying at this comment. They were like, you know, how do you know I don't talk to John O'Keefe beyond the grave? That's going to become the new thing. How do you know I don't talk to John O'Keefe? You know,
that's not a new thing. It's not cute. It's not funny. It's not original. Like, how do you know I don't talk to John O'Keefe beyond the grave? Like, talking about a murder victim like that is not cute or funny in any capacity. And the fact that your brain thinks it is the problem. You know what I mean? Like, that's a problem. That's not, I don't think anyone on any side thinks that that's cute or funny.
So, yeah. So Randall, he's done. I think I saw James Jackson in the chat last night. It was a members only. So that's great. Free James Jackson. And then James messaged me on Facebook, and all he said was, and I messaged him back. He said, he's wrong, and you know that. Yo, sup. So I don't know what he means by he's wrong, but I'm just happy that James Jackson is free.
So see, what he does there is try to set up James Jackson and JFK to argue and fight. That's what that was all about. That was his goal there. Right, exactly. You have people watching from all over the world. That tends to happen, you know? I mean, he watches everyone's pockets is what he does. He wants to see how many super chats I get or how many donations I read out. Like, that's what he cares about. You know what I mean? Like, that's how he measures success based on numbers, right? How much money comes in. I don't measure myself on how much dollars come in. Wouldn't it be nicer to have a little bit more? Yeah, because what it does is it sends the message that if you're going to tell the truth, right? If you're going to do it the correct way, the honest way, and you're going to stand on the side of victims and not the side of this, right? That it doesn't pay. And so it's my belief, at least, that it pushes people to go to that world of nonsensical. I mean, look at Sparkly, right? Like, I honestly believe that it was the money and the clicks that pushed her towards the side of evil, right? She saw that it's not lucrative over here, right? It's not constant super chats or donations over here, where over there it is. So I'm going to go over there, right? If I did that a long time ago, I'd have 2 brand new cars and probably a new house myself, right? Like, there's a big difference. Like, do you have a boundary? Do you have ethics and a boundary that you won't step over, right? I did a lot of soul searching in my younger years. And I had to like relearn who I was because of a lot of trauma. And once I relearned who I was and sort of got back to who I am as a person, right? Like, this kind of shit is like the attention seeking shit. Like, you need to stir the pot or stir shit up to get attention, any kind of attention. It doesn't care if it's negative attention, good attention. It doesn't matter. It's like a little child that's parents divorced and he needs to like act out to get any sort of attention. That's what it's like. Psychology 101 with a narcissist is they need constant validation and constant attention. And he does need constant validation and attention. And the way that he gives himself that validation is how many people donated on a stream and how much money he made that night. How many people donated on his turtle chat when he wasn't live anymore. And then going to channels and reading how much, how many people donated to their channel and how much was donated to their channel. I do wish people would pick up more on smaller channels like Mike's and Brian's and mine and show that, like, you don't have to be a scumbag to succeed, right? Because it does send the message that, like, okay, well, you can't succeed by doing the right thing or, not just saying what you think your audience wants to hear, but by giving them the truth, right? There's no way to succeed. Because then this is like,
from under the grip of, Randall. So yeah, Randall's done. BLT's done. Crawford's done. I mean, you go to the channels. It's like they have nothing there. Is he talking about the glare stuff? Because I don't like people.
Why does he believe that everyone needs to talk about what he wants them to talk about to not be, quote, done? That's absurd, right? People are covering stories. They're covering cases, right? My focus is more on his victims. And I put it there for a reason because far too many people might say something about it, but then they ignore the victims. And the victims don't have that voice, right? Because as content creators, we tend to move on to something more lucrative or something that matters, that we think matters and is important and is going to maintain the channel and bring in enough money to cover the costs. And then hopefully you're making something on top of that, right? But I don't get it. I just don't understand, Yeah, he is hoping tonight they'll address it, and I hope they just ignore him. You know what I mean? Like, I hope they just fucking ignore him. Oh, hey, Kylie. Hey, girl. He says, get out, bird. Get the fuck out, bird. I mean, Randall has nothing to do with anything, right? JFK's has nothing to do with anything. Thank you, Kylie. Love how he choked on my segment when he read, thank goodness we have the extraction. Well, that's the thing. Like, oh, shit, she's got the extraction. Like, does he? I mean, I know he realizes, but with Kylie Sue, like, you admitted to it all in the extraction, Aiden. You admitted to it, you fucking clown. 2 people privately in your phone extraction, which we have. So, yeah. Yeah. You're screwed, buddy. You're screwed. You're ultimately fucking screwed because you admitted all in your extraction. There's lots of fun things in that extraction. Lots of fun things. Lots of really wild shit, too. Like, Aiden, buddy, you're a fucking weirdo.
To give me updates. Like, they'd be like, oh my God, you should do Randall. Nobody sends me updates anymore, and I'm glad. That means no one's watching. No one's fucking watching. It's great. Like, let's just go to there.
Right. No one's watching. No one's watching now. Like, he just wants it to be true, in his mind. Like, oh, no, they're not. Nobody's watching now. Nobody cares.
Oh, shit. I see Jess found that Sue O'Connell stream with Monica Kane and Grant. Oh, my God. That's great. If she's ripping into her, that's awesome. Okay. Let's see. So let's check out JFK.
Let's just, I don't know what we're going to talk about.
Let's see how he's doing for streams. Let's see how he's doing it.
Oh, he checks other people's numbers. See, this is how he measures relevance.
4,000 total views on Mother's Day.
Okay, cool.
Okay, 1.6 thousand here. That's not bad. I mean, that's like what I got like in 2019. So that's good. I guess the boys are back.
To be fair, he didn't even get that in 2019. Okay.
So this is like what they're getting now.
Exactly changes.
So remember what they were getting? What was it? 6 months ago? Was it 6 months ago, 7 months ago? Oh, Turtle Boy at the Wilbur, 20,000. He's outside the Turtle Boy show. And
Yeah, but he's outside, not inside.
There you go.
You know? Yes and no. I mean, the extraction obviously has some really sensitive, like, other people's stuff in it too. Like, you got to think about the other people involved, right? Like, it's not. I'm not him, so it's not appropriate to drag other people who never thought that their shit would be seen into it. You know, that's like where I'm at on that. Is like, you're dealing with sensitive information, and yeah, he sucks. He fucking sucks, and there is some embarrassing shit in there for him. But the other people involved don't deserve, in the same way that when he did it to Lindsay, the other people involved in having, you know, conversations with her privately didn't deserve it, you know? And so, I mean, yeah, some things have been released. And so I think that's probably the way to do it, really, is to release them and redact things, you know? You have to redact certain things, like where you don't know who the other person is, and their identity is not compromised. You know, there's a sensitive way to, and I think a lot of it is really just pointing to the things that we've already been pointing to, which is he's a fucking liar and he knows it, you know? Oh, well, yeah. I mean, a lot of that stuff has already been released, really. A lot of the stuff where he just, like, makes fun of his own viewers hasn't, and that's the stuff that I'm really most interested in to like, be like, aha, I told you so. Because before the extraction was released, obviously I had seen many of those from the, like, people he was talking to from their end of it. And he just went on and on and on, laughing at his viewers and the people who donate to him, and how funny it is that they'll just keep giving him money even if he lies. It doesn't matter what he says. A lot of the times he would threaten people and be like, and they'd be like, go ahead, write a blog about me. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I don't fucking care. Write a fucking blog. Like, you have nothing to say about me, right? There's nothing for you to say. So go ahead. And he would threaten and say, oh, well, it doesn't matter what I say. My audience believes me no matter what. So it doesn't matter if it's true or not. I'm going to make you Turtle Boy famous. And we can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way. You let me know. And essentially what he's doing is blackmailing them and saying, you do what I want, or else I'm going to write a blog about you. And when people say, like, go ahead and write it, that's his other threat, is I'll just basically make it up and they'll believe me. So, you know, you better do what I want. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. You know, it's crazy. It is fascinating. I mean, he is disappointed. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? He is. I think, I mean, him throwing that whole, like, oh, James Jackson texted me and he sent me a message, and, like, that's not cool, number one. Like, what he's trying to do there, by the way, and I hope James realizes this, is by him doing that, he's not only shitting on JFK, but he's also shitting on James, right? Like, because again, and I wish James would know, like, Aiden will never keep anything private. If he thinks he can get one on someone and it's a zinger, whether you did anything wrong or not, he's going to release it. And I mean, to be fair, we did warn James a long time ago. Like, I don't even know why you'd still be communicating with this guy, to be honest, right? Like, there's nothing to communicate with him about. He's a fucking liar and a narcissist and a manipulator. And just know that anything you say to him will not remain private. One day he won't like the way you fucking breathe or the shirt you wore, and he will release every single thing you've ever said to him. I don't know why people continue to communicate with this dude, especially in writing. It just really makes no sense to me. You know, it is fucking bizarre. You got the meats. I guess the family's already ready to.
How are they doing for views? Some of them, they also picked the wrong side. How did they end up?
They picked the wrong side. By the way, I fully support Mike. Let me just throw that out there. All right. I don't give a fuck who likes it and who doesn't like it. I don't usually have a problem. My audience has no problem with me liking Mike. Okay. Yeah. The TMI guy. That's the guy. Aiden's now the TMI guy. I like Mike. I've always liked Mike. Mike's never done anything wrong to me. He's never been shitty to me. He's actually been very kind to me. And I know that he had a, problem with very few of his audience now, but some of his audience were like, oh, how dare you say Twisted Treasury, she's bad, blah, 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 Aiden Tenzo, blah, 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 right? But, you know, I don't agree with him, obviously, on the Karen Reed case. We all know that. I'm not going to change my stance on that. But I enjoy a lot of Mike's other content. Same with Brian. You know what I mean? Like, I support, and when I can, I'll send a little super chat. Haven't been able to lately, so I'm already struggling enough as it is on my own. But when I do get the extra bucks, I always do send a couple bucks over if they're on and I see them, because I just want them to know, like, you're not alone. And even if it's just a few dollars, like, it matters to me to say, like, and show people, right? Like, you don't have to be shitty to one another, right? You don't have to hate one another because Aiden wants you to. He needs us versus them. Most narcissists do need an us versus them for it to work for them, right? For them to create that conflict, which they then feed off of. And, you know, it's sort of my stance of saying, like, you don't have to fall into that, right? You don't have to, you can be friends with whoever you want. You can be friendly with whoever you want. You don't have to fall into this hole of us versus them and this person sucks because a sewer turtle said so, right? Like, you can actually bother to get to know people and find out who they are as a person instead of someone else telling you who they are as a person. And I encourage you guys to do that. I encourage you guys to talk to all sorts of people with all sorts of opinions, you know, all sorts of opinions. And obviously I send all of my love to Kylie, as she knows, as we were talking earlier, as she knows. She's going to rock it with this suit against Aiden. And maybe she can pop on Saturday or Sunday. It depends on what day he's doing his stupid, whatchamajigget, stupid fundraiser, because we will do one at the same day. You know, we can be petty too, right? But at least half of ours is going to a good cause and his isn't. So why the fuck not, right? Why the fuck not do something good on the back of some asshole? I believe in that, you know? It's weird. I don't get that though. Like, I don't want to be out to get anyone other than this jerk off. And it's not out to get him. It's out to hold him accountable and to stop him from victimizing more people. Beyond that, I don't give a fuck about him. I give seven fucks less. What I care about is the victims, the people that he hurts with the lies that he tells. And he tells these lies to hide behind his own bad behavior. Look over here, look over here, look over here. This person is bad. Oftentimes he'll actually blame somebody for something he did. And that's diabolical, right? Dia-fucking-bolical. And so I urge you, if you know, during the Free Karen Reed case, right, and there was antis and there is Free Karen Reed, like, I urge you to go back. Like, forget the hate, right? Go back and try to have some conversations with people. I know some of you have. You know, I know some of you have. A lot of you here today have conversations with other people. Rose does. I know she does. You know, I know that a lot of you, I know that Freeze checks out a lot of different YouTube channels, right? And I urge you, like, go back and have conversations, not about the case, but about yourselves, like about people, like about other subjects. And you'll find that you do have a lot in common with other people, that you can just cause this just anger and hate in everyone, right? And people acting in ways that you wouldn't normally see, right? Like, it's not fucking normal. It's not okay by any capacity. It's just not. And I think you'll find that you'll find that you will find some new people that you really like, you know? I could never have imagined a year ago some of the people I am friendly with now. I would have never imagined that. But I also know the way that a narcissist thrives, and this.
Justice for Enrique with Brian and LT. What's this? Oh, so he's interviewing LTL.
I love this, Cat's Pajamas. I love this. I mean, me and my husband agree, obviously. But not everybody does, just like you said, right? Like, and that's the thing, right? You don't have to. I'm sure you don't. That's the thing. Like, why would Mike want to talk about him? He fucking sucks. But I agree. Like, there's no reason that people can't come together. Like, there's no reason, right? Like, especially when you're dealing with someone like this, I really think it's important, though, to come together in a way that stops him from being able to victimize other people. And that's really what my main goal is. Obviously, you guys know I cover cases, right? I cover cases when they're important to me and when they're, you know, of public interest. And I cover cases of missing persons that either, as you guys know, with the Sandra Crispo case and my friend Miguel, both of those people have been missing for a long while. Thankfully, you know, we found out recently that the skull that was found on Route 3 last year is of Sandra Crispos. I went to school with Sandra's daughter. I've done searches for Sandra with Sandra's daughter, and I'm so happy that she got at least some closure of knowing like at least where a piece of her mother is, although it gives many more questions of where is the rest of Sandra and how did she get to where she was, right? So there's still questions, but at least Lena having somewhere to lay her mother, I'm thankful for that. And I'm hopeful that my friend Miguel, who will be missing 20 years if we hit September, the FBI has offered to up their reward for any information finding him. I hope that he is found this year, you know? I am going to cover the sentencing of Corey Richards tomorrow, yes. So, you know, I think my channel, it makes it a little bit difficult because I haven't been delving into a ton of other cases lately, but I also know that being someone who had to deal with Aiden myself, that the victims need a voice as well. You know, they need a voice as well. And when, as creators, we move on without getting a resolution, they don't really have another voice. You know what I mean? Like, what other voice do they have? And if we do that, then we let him win, right? Like, if we just do that, we let him win for 10 years. People said something and then disappeared. And for 10 years, he got away with it. Just ignoring it does not do any good. It does not make it go away. It doesn't stop him from doing it. As a matter of fact, it just enabled him to continue on and on and on and on. And, you know, I have to think about, like, if I pivot and I start just covering cases all the time, like, would it make more money? Yeah, it would. Absolutely, it would. But I also refuse to leave the victims without a solid voice. Someone who's not afraid to say what needs to be fucking said and go over things that are not afraid, you know, not afraid to go over. Because if I do that, then who do they have? You know, who do they have? And of course, I would always support them in private anyway, but ignoring him wasn't the answer for 10 years, and it sure the fuck ain't now. You know? No, I mean, who the fuck has ever called you a troll? I mean, to be honest, not over here at least. I've never seen it, but oh yeah, only his kids are off limits, Kylie. Only his, you know. It's not everybody else's, just his, you know. God forbid anybody, you know, call out his own behavior and say how it's going to affect his kids. No. Only his. Right, Rose? Only his. I don't know, but I'll tell you this, there's not really much that she can assist with, right? They can't use her as a witness because she's made completely opposite statements. So that's a credibility issue, and it would only damage his case to try to put her on the stand, because there's a huge credibility issue. So, I mean, I don't know how that would help him in the least. You know what I mean? I don't get it. You know, he did go to his Halloween party at JFK, which was really just gross, right? Like, it's gross. He's gross. Like, he's fucking gross. You know? I've seen this a lot too, Cornded. I've seen this a lot. I've seen a lot of people make that same assertion where they were like, I got caught up in a lot of the innuendo and speculation and have since looked at everything on their own without commentary, just went over everything on their own, timelines, evidence, all the papers, and looked at everything themselves. A lot of people started educating themselves on like the medical terms that were used and how certain things work so that they could better understand like the text stream data and things like that. And I've actually seen the sentiment a lot more recently where people are like, oh, I was on one side and now I'm on the other because I looked back at everything after and realized that I kind of fell into some hype and some speculation and decided that I just needed to look at it without listening to anyone else, you know? Oh my God, Leah's gonna look so funny. So freaking funny. Well, I'm still planning on, I still do, I still cover, like we're doing, the sentencing of Richards and stuff, like I still do, obviously, but it's just, I'm skeptical of leaving them with no one. You know what I mean? Like I'm skeptical of leaving them without that public support, it's important to me, Yeah, you can't, and that it pisses me off. We have to deal with that, right? You got to say grape and unalived, and you got to use different words, and those will be banned eventually too, or they like shadow ban your videos if you use certain words, say certain things, and But yeah, you could just harass murder victims' families and all, and that's totally okay, not for nothing. But we boiled it down to, when I say like we do things behind closed doors, I literally mean like we've already talked to YouTube's lawyers. Like, they're lawyers. Okay, so they're fully aware of what Aiden does, and yet they have still done nothing. So at what point does it become a liability? And with that landmark case that just happened with Facebook and YouTube losing for making it addictive to children, it has sort of opened the doors for other people to be able to hold them liable for things just like this. And so, make no mistake when I say, we're on it. We're on it. All that stuff takes time, you know, time. It takes time and a lot of energy. I'll tell you that much. It takes a lot of research and a lot of energy and a lot of putting together paperwork and writing out, oh God, it's charts and lists, and thinking about it makes my skin crawl, because like, it takes a lot of fucking work, dude. A lot of work, and we're working on it. We are working on it. We are working. We've been working on it. That's the thing. We've been working on it. I mean, Ashley does a great job in doing a lot of this stuff during the day that we need done, and then, you know, a lot of times she'll call me like, all right, what do we need to do here? What do we need to do there? So, you know, this is stuff we've been doing for a while now. You know, for a while. Absolutely, we do. Absolutely. And that's the thing, right? Is keeping an eye is also giving the proof to the people who are having to deal with this, right? In the same way. I think it's important, though, that, you know, if other channels like JFK or Mike or Brian do bring this subject up and they do talk about him, that we support them. And that, I mean, you know, whether it comes to sending in a donation if we can, or hitting the like button or sharing the video, like, we need to be supporting anybody doing this, because it's hard enough fighting against the cult. It's even harder when you're not getting the support that you properly need to be able to continue. And so I think that's why a lot of people bow out, right? They bow out of it, you know? Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. I send it to them too, all of them. And I know, me and Leah, we have conversations. Leah's a good friend of mine, and I love her stinking face, and she knows that. I will literally fight somebody for her. Like, that's my girl. And yeah, I've spoken with all of these people, and they all know that I have their back, and more, right? There's more than just those, right? 3. And I think it's important, you know, it's important. There's people run away from covering this because you have to deal with a cult of imbeciles that are going to harass your life daily, whether it's DMs, emails, fake, you know, they'll call you from block numbers or spoofed numbers. They'll text your phone, and like, you have no idea. You know what I mean? You have no idea. I was actually just talking to Kylie before the show, also Benny before the show, while I was trying to make my frickin' stupid bumpers that were pissing me the motherfucker off. But I think the reason why people bow out of dealing with him and covering the subject is because it's not going to support a channel, right? Because people get, you know, they're like, all right, like, we've heard that, like, we know he's a piece of shit. But I do see an influx of people, you know, wanting to help support the victims, and I think that's important too. Right? Why? Well, if you need so much money, why do you buy the house? I said the same thing. Why'd you buy the fucking house? Why? It's a 4-bedroom. It's 4-bedroom. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, why not buy a 3-bedroom condo? You know? Leah's doing a skit about Aiden, and she made a wish list of all the props that she needs for it. We went over the list. It's quite hilarious. I bought the dick nose. I did. I had to. I have to support her in one way or another. I didn't have the extra money really, but I was like, I'm doing it because, like, it's appropriate for me to buy the dick nose, and like, because I have to, because that's my friend and I support her. And so it is what it is. But yeah, she's gonna do a long, like, it's gonna be a long form video. She's gonna edit it and stuff. But sometimes I feel like if you don't know, you probably want to just remain not knowing, because it's like a lot of the really behind the scenes stuff that he does is just really bad. It's just really bad, the shit he does, you know? Yeah, I feel like that too, but Homestead's not going to save him here. Homestead's not going to save him. And she's suing him out of California. So, you know what I mean? Like, Homestead is not going to save him. Yeah, for me, I feel like it was mostly for showing off. I think you're right, Natalie. And mostly I believe it was for showing off, to be like, I now own my own home. I am amazing. You know what I mean? And it is definitely, you know what's backfire about it is, how do you, in good conscience, put $200,000 down on a home? Okay. How do you put that down on a home while actively raising over $300,000 for your quote defense fund? By having a defense fund, you're saying, I don't have the money to pay for this, right? That's what you're doing by having a defense fund. It's one thing to pay for everyday expenses like rent, right? Food, groceries, you know, necessities, toilet paper, paper towels, you know, soap to wash your ass, you know, the basic stuff, transportation money, gas money, whatever. That's one thing, right? Of course you need that. Everyone needs those things to live. But to take that money and put it down on a home, what you're telling people is you could have paid your own legal expenses and you have chosen not to. That is what's called a switch, bait and switch. It's a deceptive business practice. If you could have afforded to cover it yourself, you should have. You shouldn't be asking anybody else to cover it if you have the means and the funds to do it yourself. Right? If anyone else on planet Earth did that, he'd be writing a blog about how they're a scammer and how horrible they are. Make no mistake about that. If anyone else had a defense fund and then paid that kind of money for a house, that's exactly what he would be saying. That's exactly what he would be saying. You know? Her last skit was Sparkly, I believe. The first one was, you saw it here first. The first one was Jimmy, and it was here. He says, what do you expect me to do, be homeless? Had to buy a home. Oh yeah, you just had to buy a home to not be homeless. Got it. Oh, remember when he made fun of me for actually having to be in shelter and actually being homeless because of him. Yeah, got it. Remember. He likes to make fun of homeless people. What do you mean? No, he could have just continued paying rent. Also, to be fair, he didn't have to pay the outrageous amount of rent he was paying at that other place too. He could have rented a small 1-bedroom apartment or a 2-bedroom apartment. He didn't need to share a rented house, or, you know what I mean? Like, what? What? Oh, you have kids? He has no, like, those kids stay with their mother 90%. Like, you get them on the weekends, my dude. Like, on the weekends. And only one of them wants to be near you. So, like, what do you mean? You could have got a 2-bedroom apartment for when they are over on the weekends. Cheaper rent, my guy. You absolutely did not have to put $175,000 or $200,000 down on a house. Absolutely did not need to do that. You would not have been homeless if you didn't do that. That's absurd. You're already living somewhere, right? Like, the fact that people believe that is the wild part. You know what I mean? Oh, he absolutely is, you know? And for me, like, I have a little bit of a problem when people are like, oh, like, streamers are, you know, are people who make videos, YouTube, scripting. Like, this shit's not easy, and it's not everything that you see just on screen, right? There's a lot of work that goes into it behind the screen. And, I mean, for him, though, I think that fully applies. But I have a problem when it's said about everyone else that's actually doing something, right, and for a purpose, because everything works differently for people. For me, between my health, my daughter's health, the child care, not having transportation, this is what works for me. I'm able to do my advocacy work. I'm able to help people. And I'm also able to try to make a living from home where I need to, right? And it can work around my specialty appointments, my kids' specialty appointments, not having childcare so I can get my kid on and off for school. Something works differently for everyone. You don't have to have a 9-to-5 for it to be a job, right? So I do take problem with people like, it's not a job. It is. It's a fucking job. I probably work more than I would work a regular job, to be honest with you. And I do the best I can with the health and the cards that I've been dealt. And so, yeah, it sometimes gets me when I see that from people. And I know that they don't mean specific people. They mean like the shitty people like him. But I wish I could be like a day in the life of, you know, to show like what each thing has to be done and why and how and what each thing you need to do to run it and how much each thing costs and so on and so forth, because it's not always about like everyone just wants to be on YouTube to get rich. Some people like, this is what works for my family. It's what works for my health. You know what I mean? Like, I can't stop a regular job and be like, oh yeah, I can't work today. I'm in a ton of pain. Or I can't work today. I have chest pains. Or, you know what I mean? Or my legs are jelly. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, yeah, too bad. Fuck off, right? You're fired. Or I can't take 3 days a month off for specialty appointments, or 4 days off a month for specialty appointments. And then probably 2 more doctor's appointments on top of that because of my, like, you can't do that. Right. And then I'd have to have childcare, which again, I don't have 60 grand a year or more in childcare. I don't have over 3 grand a month for only 3 days a week. You know, I haven't seen the other ones. I've only seen the Jimmy and the sparkly one thus far. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's always a distraction or a deflection. It's an attention thing for him, and he does absolutely lack awareness. He's cluster B, definitely. I don't think he's on the spectrum. I do believe it's just cluster B, personality, narcissistic, egotistical shit. I honestly believe that. Again, I work in mental health. I obviously can't diagnose, but that's what I see from working in the field for so long. And also, unfortunately, I have, been with a narcissist, so it's kind of, you can see it, from really far away. Oh, he's absolutely facing prison time, and I fully believe he'll get some, and I believe eventually he's just going to be bankrupt, I can't remember which stream she did it on here, but Leah did the Jimmy one here on my show. Oh shit, I forgot. The school just sent me, I think tomorrow's an early release day, and I forgot all about it. I forgot that it was an early release day. I have to remind my sister that it's an early release day for my nephew. But yeah, you know what? It's funny you say that. Someone else said that to me today, and I don't think you guys realize how much I actually needed that laugh. Like, I literally needed it. I needed it more than you know, right? More than you know. I keep a good bulk of things to myself, just about life, because it's, me and the room service guy have a lot going on when it comes to like my health, my kids' health, and I mean, she's doing well, other than the fact that she still needs the neck surgery. So she still needs bone marrow, but her lungs are not healthy enough for that, and they don't really know if they can do that very risky neck surgery. So she can't have the bone marrow transplant until she can be intubated and her lungs are healthy enough. And her lungs are not healthy enough, and the neck surgery hasn't been done yet. So, she's got scleroderma too on top of that now, and so that sort of hardens your organs on the inside. Just a lot of complications that come from that, but her hair is growing back, which is nice. She's getting some good peach fuzz on her head. And I'm so proud. Like, I remember saying to her, like, when she lost all of her hair, that she could get a wig. Insurance would pay for that. You know what I mean? I'd pay for a wig. She did not want it. She was like, nope, I'm just going to rock it, Mom. It's going to be me. Just going to rock it. Who cares? And I love that she's just like, if people don't fucking like it, too bad. That's my baby girl. And I know she's not a baby anymore at 21, but she'll always be my baby, I think he also knows, Natalie, that there's more lawsuits to come. This is, I would be too if I was him. I wouldn't be fucking nitpicking on people for no reason and trying to draw bad attention to myself if I was him. You know what I mean? It's just crazy to me. Absolutely fucking crazy. Oh yeah, he absolutely is going to get himself in more trouble with the dog whistles, but I don't think again, I told you, I don't think he'll ever learn until he's like, he has no choice but to be behind bars. That is the only time, you know what I mean? And I don't think he'll learn when he's there either, because he didn't the first time. I think he just doesn't have the capacity to be able to actually hurt people the way he can when he's out. And that's all I care about. You know what I mean? Like, he's not going to show up there. I'll tell you that right now. It's a private event on private property. So like, they'd be way out somewhere and nobody would give a fuck about them. That's all he cares about, is causing chaos, like, thank you, Natalie. I appreciate that. But that's what he cares about, causing chaos, You know what I mean? Well, it's just chaos. That's what he cares about. It is making other people do what he wants to do, but he can't do it because there's no order. So then, also, I fully believe that he knows that he wants other people. And he said this privately before, where it's like, I don't think I should be the only one who's in trouble. Like, okay, but you're the only one doing the shit. So he fully believes that someone else should be going through what he's going through too, because that's how a narcissist works, which is like, why am I the only one? To the point where they try to force someone else. That's his way of forcing someone else to have to deal with the consequences of his actions, is by forcing them to do shit that he would do so they can deal with those consequences. It's really just sick. He's sick. He's a sick fucking human being. All right, I gotta find. I'll play the rest of this fucking joke of a joker. Hold on.
Remember, Young Jerk said he's lost like 10,000 subscribers, something crazy like that. There's no description for this. Okay, nothing. What time is it? Let's see. So he's got a stream coming up on that. He does the Can Select Board. That's great. Boston City Councilor Ed Flynn. He had on Ed Flynn. He got 525 total.
Why is that? Like, why do you care what Mike's doing? Right? Like, why is that something that you give a fuck about, sir? I don't understand. Like, why is, like, again, why do you actually give a fuck is the question. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't. Because that's what he measures, what people are doing with numbers. You know what I mean? Like numbers. It's, you only are good if you get these numbers. You are only important if you get these numbers. You're only important if you make this amount of money, right? Like that's his thing. Yes, yes, Rose is right. He's always checking people's pockets. Always. And I'm going to find one more thing before I wrap the show up. One more thing. While I'm doing that and I'm finding one more thing, do me a favor and hit the like button if you already didn't do that. Hit the subscribe button if you didn't already do that. And make sure you change the little bell notification to all. If you can help support the channel in one way or another, we would appreciate it. We can definitely use the extra help with being sick and all of that. Definitely put us back and behind. And we appreciate any and all support. We have a link at the top there that works for debit and credit cards. And you can enter any amount, remain anonymous if you want. And then we have Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, and Chime and Revolut. And the Chime and Revolut are the same as the Cash App and Venmo, but all of that is in the description of the video, along with our Amazon list. I think he said 10,000 that Mike lost, but what I said a long time ago was, if you're going to lose 10,000 subscribers, let's hope they're all turtle riders, because those aren't the kind of people you want watching you anyway. You know what I mean? If you're in a cult, right? When they make it out of the cult, they'll come back and they'll realize you were right and that you were trying to help them, really. And eventually they'll be like, sorry. You know what I mean? But what you're going to lose is those types of people. And who fucking cares? You know what I mean? Who cares? What's funny about his is his stats don't match up, right? Like they don't. Yeah. So I know that you can do that. I don't know how you do that. Obviously, I've never tried to do that, nor would I ever try to do that, because what happens is if you do that, right, and you inflate your subscriber count, you do that. What happens is your retention goes up and down. It fucks up all your stats, right? And it screws you in the long run, because if they catch all the bot accounts, right, you can be banned. I don't know how many he's lost, but he's lost quite a few. And what I find funny is he'll lose thousands of subs, and then all of a sudden the next day it's back up to the same amount. And I know YBE, you noticed this too, that it'll be back up to like almost the same amount. And so it's like, he obviously is like, you know what I mean? But he's inflated his numbers like that a while ago. He had been doing that a while ago. So I don't know, how he's doing it now, but I do know that years ago he would also like read donations or whatever that didn't exist, that weren't there. So basically he would read one and be like, so-and-so sent $100, blah, blah, blah. This person sent $10, blah, blah, blah. This person sent $5, blah, blah. And it was like a ploy to get other people to donate, which I think is sneaky and fucked up, honestly. I think it's very sneaky and very fucked up. But what do you expect from someone like that? You know what I mean? Can't really expect a lot from someone like him, to be honest, So let's see. Well, it does change, but I fully believe like you'll see it go back up the next day. So that's, you know what I mean? That shouldn't happen. That definitely would not happen. So that's where like, I know the people who have worked, you know, for him before have known that he inflated it. Why do that though? When you do that, you're fucking up your own shit. I don't get it. Like, also, does that make you feel good to like buy subscribers and buy views? Like, I'm sorry, but how does that make you feel good? Right? Like, at the very least I can say I built my shit brick by brick, one at a fucking time, you know? One at a goddamn time. And I am proud of that. I don't need to be the highest, you know, YouTuber. I've been here, you know, 10 years. So, and do you know that they say the average of getting to like hundreds of thousands of subscribers is years in the making, like years and years. It's not something that happens instantaneously over like a year period. They expect you to gain, I think it's like 3 subscribers a week or something like that. Like that's a standard growth. And also, if you have 160,000 subscribers and your videos are only getting 10,000 views, that's not even a quarter of the people who have subscribed. Those are bad numbers. Those are not good numbers. If your videos are only getting 10 or 20,000 views, but you have 160,000 subscribers, it's bad. Those are bad numbers. You know what I mean? Come on. You never hear him go through that, do you? Nope. You didn't want to point that out. Does he? Nope. Let's see. Listen, I have to laugh at this thing that I saw right here. Well, it was the thing to show you guys. Right? This chick says, if you want to buy a house, stop buying $12 worth of Starbucks every day. At the end of the year, you'll have saved $4,380. You'll be able to buy a house in about 82 years. So standard life expectancy is 79 years. Pointing out basically that taking away the one indulging thing that you give yourself, you know, is not going to help you buy a house because it would still take fucking 82 years. That's sad though. That wasn't the case, you know, in the 80s and 90s. Unfortunately, inflation has not kept up with the dollar amount, and you don't want to live in my state because between groceries and fucking basic utilities and rent, like that's it. Massachusetts has the highest cost of living besides Hawaii. So like when New York is behind you and your state's this big, like we have a problem. We have a fucking problem. You know, our groceries are extremely high. Our utilities are the 4th highest in the country. Like, we are fucking struggle bussing it over here in Massachusetts. That's for damn sure. And our our government ain't helping. Let's just put it that way. Hold on a second. Gotta find it. Can't find it. You know what though? I'll give you a cute video. I'll give you a funny video for our way out. Since I can't find it, I'll have to show it tomorrow. This guy just left a job interview, okay? Oh, I do have one other thing before I show you the video. So, Deirdre is doing her true crime chat trial club talk, and the birthday standout for Sandra Birchmore is May 16th from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. across from the Stoughton Town Hall, 10 Pearl Street, Stoughton, Mass. So take note if you want to go to that standout, Sandra Birchmore, on her birthday. Thank you, Deirdre. Appreciate you. And also, obviously, go listen to Deirdre's trial chat as well. All right. There it is.
Just bombed the job interview. I knew the question was coming. They always ask it. What's your biggest weakness? I blacked out. Brain went numb. Didn't say, delegation. have a problem delegating because I want to make sure that it gets done right. Nothing like that, nothing standard. Know what I said? Oreos. I said Oreos were my biggest weakness. I was like, I'll eat them until the milk's gone. However much milk's in my cup, I'll eat Oreos. Could be 2, could be 12. Your boy's still looking for a job.
Poor guy. Poor guy. Definitely thought it was pretty cute though. Guy's like, yep, my brain crapped out on me and I said Oreos. Yep. Said Oreos. That's what happened. Poor fucking guy. You know what, guy? I'm going to say that people's weakness, Oreos is probably the thing. They now have cookies and cream Oreos, like Oreos and cream Oreos, where like the filling inside has like little tiny bits of the Oreo inside the cream as well. They're delicious. They're in my cookie jar, a pink striped cookie jar on the counter that my husband hid, by the way. And I said, who the fuck put the cookie jar under the counter? What the fuck? And he said, I was waiting for someone to notice. I was like, so you're just stealing cookies from the cookie jar and putting them under the counter, sir? Oh, yeah, I agree the government has been fucking them over since day one. But I do believe that, I think it was Representative Mason said that if the survivors needed to put together a list because the government doesn't want to, that he'll read it on the House floor. Yeah, he said Oreos. So I'm waiting to see if they do that because I feel like that's the only way we're ever going to get the quote list is the survivors are going to have to tell us ourselves or the reps are going to have to read it out themselves on the, you know, on the floor. Right? They are, though. I mean, to be fair, it is a weakness. He was not wrong. He was just being literal. Durr. All right. I love your stinking faces. This is really sad. This makes me sad, but we know the government's been fucking them over for quite some time, dude. I think we talked about the Epstein victims not that long ago. But I will see y'all tomorrow. Smash that like button on your way out. If you're on the restream, I appreciate you. Obviously, if any donations come in while I'm not live, I'll just read them tomorrow. I love your stinking faces. I'll see y'all later.